Yo, guys. Oh, whoa, man, this is crazy. It's the kid. It's the kid. It's the kid. It's the kid. Yes, StreamYard have finally advanced things. So this one it looks so crazy, but finally we can now have up to um 10 people on the screen. So we can have up to 10 people on the screen, so nobody has to be waiting in the background or so forth. We have up to 10 amigos on the screen, so this is going to be good. This should be interesting. This should be lovely, man. So look, we have a range of topics to talk about. I think first of all, we're going to be addressing, looking at the Chelsea Watford game. Reaction to the Chelsea Watford game, and I want to talk about Ross Barkley. I want to have a very specific discussion about Ross Barkley and about Chelsea and about what they can do. Yes, we'll talk about Greenwood. Yes, we'll also talk about a bit on Arsenal. I want to talk about Bayern Munich. I want to have an honest conversation with Bayern Munich and Bayern fans. Hence why I'm so happy that San Maya is in here. And we're also going to have a little bit of a preview to what could be a pivotal moment in the La Liga title race as Barcelona face Villarreal in the late game on Sunday. So there's a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about, and a lot to really pretty much get down in, man. So first things first, man. First of all, let me just give my thoughts on the Chelsea Watford game, and then we'll then go through. Things are getting very tight in top four right now, and I think Lampard knows that things are getting very tight, and the pressure is on. The pressure is on. The pressure is on. The pressure is on. So because I'm still not happy about what Lampard did with West Ham, because Chelsea, yes, they won the game, but they're still in a very precarious situation. It wasn't the most five-star magnanimous performance. Let's keep it real. It was one of the most magnanimous performance, but the win was gotten. But look, 3-0 is 3-0, but these are my issues, and obviously I will get to people's thoughts. Why is Willian perhaps the most gifted football player on the team played on the wing? Why isn't he in the middle? Ross Barkley, people will say he had an assist, which doesn't count as an assist, and he had a goal. Therefore, 8 shut up. He did hit his due. I don't give a damn. That goal and that assist does not negate the fact that he's still essentially a brick, and he's a very problematic player, and he doesn't deserve to be starting for a Chelsea team. Mason Mount, is he good enough to be starting for a Chelsea team? I'll keep it real with you. I'm going to go really. I love Tammy Abraham. I love him. He's a young dude. I think until Chelsea gets a quality striker, I believe Giroud has to be the starting striker. Too many times has he come in and done a job for Chelsea, and that's finish that he did. That was a quality finish, and I do not believe Tammy Abraham was not going to finish. Lampard. I put out a tweet, and my tweet was that Lampard manages Chelsea like how I play Football Manager mobile, which is that this dude changes players and changes formations with each game. So now that you've seen that Kozuma has looked pretty good, what's going to be the new thing? Are you going to say, Christensen, you did look too good, so I'm not going to do Zuma and Rudiger? Oh, Rudiger, you look. For me, basically, it should have always been either Zuma Tomori or Zuma Christensen, and you maintain that. Even if they make mistakes, you maintain that. Zuma has proven, because I thought it was already knew, that he is the best defender in this team. So if he's the best defender in this team, why is he getting hustled out? Why is he getting hustled out? It doesn't make any flipping sense. So I just hope that Lampard, because it is crazy that we have reached this stage of the season and this dude, Lampard, still does not know what his strongest team is. That's insane, and that is mad. Because look, as I said again, Lampard is not the right man to take Chelsea to the top. He's a good stopgap. He is not the right man to take Chelsea at the top. But again, I just think that despite the 3-0, this top four thing is going to get very, very sticky. Arsenal did Chelsea a favor, but United are coming. We will talk about United. So let me come first to Jamal here. So with regards to Chelsea, Jamal, do you believe that Lampard should be given time? And what is your take personally on Ross Barkley? Am I too hard on Ross Barkley, or do you think that Ross Barkley is actually that trash?
Yeah, the thing with Ross Barkley is it's so difficult because the guy's plays trash for 90 minutes, but gets a goal and assist. So it's like you want to blame him, you want to say how he was complete and utter trash, but then he gets a goal and assist. So you're always stuck in a tough position. But I feel Chelsea have to sell Barkley because the dude he's average. He should go back to Everton. He's trash. He's from the road. Yeah. But to the game, Pulisic is that dude. I mean, I never had an attacker since Hazard who dribbles like that. I mean, Pulisic right now is playing out of his skin. He's playing good. And regards to top four, man, it's tight, man. It's very, very tight. Man,
Do you
he's
think
looking
Chelsea
good.
make it? Yes or no? Do you think Chelsea make top four?
Yes. Yes, I think I might just nick it. But Lampard have to get his settled back four. If he keeps swapping and changing, I think you guys might finish fifth. Because you say Zuma is the best out of all of the centre backs. But it's not like Zuma is trash too. He's just the best of the rest. All of them, four of Chelsea centre backs is trash. So Chelsea, instead of spending 74 million on Kai Havertz, go and buy a whole new defense because the defense now is trash from left back to right back to centre back. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. San Maya, your thoughts? Do you feel that Lampard is the right man to take Chelsea to the top? What are your views on Ross Barkley and Pulisic? Do you think Pulisic can actually be a true world-class player, San Maya?
Yeah, Luke, I'm sorry. Pulisic, I think, will be a very good player. I'm not sure if he will be world class, but I think he will be a very, very good top class player. As for Chelsea and Lampard, I think Lampard can help Chelsea make top four because, okay, assuming Man City do get the ban, so even if you finish fifth, you still get Champions League, then yeah, I'm pretty sure Chelsea can make top four or top five. As for Ross Barkley, yeah, I don't rate the guy. I think Lampard should play Jorginho instead of Barkley.
Okay. So I'm just here. So for me, boy Andrew Laurie, thank you for the super chat, big man. Says Willian has never missed a penalty for Chelsea, bro. His penalty record is very, very good. His penalty record is very, very good, and it is always good to have a consistent penalty taker. That is always very, very good. Samuel, thoughts on Barkley, Lampard, and Pulisic?
Chelsea, they're a funny case because they can lose to who did you lose to last week again?
West Ham, Southampton.
That's it, West Ham.
Now relax, bro. Relax, just chill.
And then you can beat Watford like this, and it's just like you lot will play the same way, but you will either lose or draw. There's no like middle ground with it. But Barkley, that one, I actually thought it was a brick. But looking into it, he's one of those useful bricks, as you say. He's very effective when he wants to play. Other times he's absolutely trash. As Jamal said that he's done nothing really on the pitch for nearly the whole match, but he gets a goal and assist. So he has his uses, but yeah, I'll call him a useful brick. And with Lampard, my advice to Lampard is sort out that defense. Just sort it out. You can do everything that you want up top, but defense is what wins you championships. Do you get what I'm saying? What's the saying? Attacks wins you games, defense wins you championships.
Yeah.
So he needs to really sort out that defense because I'm not gonna lie, how can your best centre back be Zuma? like just deep it.
4-0.
Your best centre back is Zuma.
Yeah, no. For me, 100%, 1,000%, and also people need to put a bit of respect on Zuma's name. People need to again, like, I'm not saying that he's the best defender in the world, but I think I just believe that Zuma is a much better defender than people take him for. I think people need to just put a slight bit of respect on his name. And so before I go to Plastic Fan, let me just read the super chats from Just Bestin, who says, this has to be addressed. Christina and Dybala, best duo in the world. we're easy because we will. I will talk about Cristiano. We will talk about Cristiano and his 45th free kick that ended up being a goal. But in response to that, Mr. Beston, I don't care what they do in the Syria. I believe Lazio lost. That's from here. I don't care what you do in the Syria. All that matters is the Champions League. I judge you by the Champions League. Anything outside of the Champions League is 1000% irrelevant to me. That's how I roll. Plastic fan, thoughts on your boy Lampard? Is he the right man? Is he the wrong man? Thoughts on Barkley?
Frank Lampard is the right man for Chelsea. I believe that Frank Lampard will get Chelsea the top four next season. Ross Barkley.
Yo, plastic fan. I think there's some background noise in your thing. I can hear some background noise.
Okay, cool. Let me fix it in a bit.
All right, go for it.
Okay, what about now? Is it still like disturbing?
No. I can still hear background noise. Okay, wait. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Let's just keep this rolling. Let me go to LB. So LB, thoughts on do you feel Lampard is a right man, wrong man? Thoughts on Barkley? Am I too harsh on Barkley?
As for Lampard, let's just hypothetically assume that he gets top four for Chelsea. That'd be an enormous achievement as a first-year coach. So I don't know what the criteria is for Chelsea fans in terms of what they expect out of Frank Lampard. And technically, they're still in the Champions League, regardless of a 3-goal deficit or not. So he's, in my opinion, doing very well as a first-year manager, a manager who doesn't have any experience at all coaching one of the biggest clubs in England. As for Barkley, like what the previous person was saying, he's a useless brick in the sense that he does, useful things, but he does some pretty questionable things as well. Quite similar to someone like Giroud, who a lot of people do regard as a brick, but he's a useful brick.
Okay. So you don't feel, because some people have said that I'm being a bit too harsh on Barkley. So you don't think I'm being too harsh in calling Barkley essentially a brick, despite him scoring?
No, I don't think so. No. The same thing with Giroud, because I know you've called Giroud a brick in the past as well, but you also regard him as doing, or someone who does important things as well for the team, whether it's for Chelsea or whether it's for France. So no, I don't think you're being harsh on Barkley.
Okay, just before I go to Rodney, AC Milan are winning. Now I'm hearing it's 5-0. Well, AC Milan apparently are winning 3-0. So they're currently lubricating Lazio, which means that 9 in a row it was already official, but 9 in a row is going to be very official very, very soon. Shout out to this area, one of the best leagues in the world. Rodney, thoughts on your boy Lampard and your boy Barkley?
It's hard to say about Lampard because I don't know what the expectation is in it. Like if the expectation with Lampard is that he needs to win the treble, like you keep saying, then I don't think he's necessarily the manager for that.
No. Any manager that comes to Chelsea, your main aim is to take Chelsea to the very top because they're one of the biggest clubs on the planet. So,
on the planet, okay. Well, I don't think he's necessarily it might be like you said, he might be the stopgap before the treble-winning manager, but I think that the fact that he keeps changing the lineup so consistently, with the back line especially, that's something that's very Unai Emery to me, and that's worrying. I have to say that's worrying. And I think when you actually look at his points tally this season, if all the other teams in the top 6 had been as good as they are usually, he probably wouldn't be fighting for the top 4 right now. He'd probably be 8th, 7th, somewhere just above the mid-table. But then at the same time, because he's bringing in quite a lot of young players, a lot of people said that's probably what's going to happen anyway. So I think if the plan is to back him financially, probably give him players I think you guys were linked to Ben Chilwell and stuff like that. So if you do improve the defense,
Ben Chilwell isn't sniffing this team. He's not sniffing this team.
I personally don't really rate him that much either, but That's why I hope you sign him still. If he's bringing in defensive reinforcement though, and maybe like a big signing in the midfield like a Kai Havertz, then I feel like you have to back the manager for like at least 2 seasons to see what he can get out of that team. And if at the end of that you're not solidifying yourself as a Champions League team competing in the competition, then that's when it's the point to move on.
Okay. So before I go to Wilson, see, let me just. So Raul K, I'm thinking of Super Chat says that level 50. We'll talk about Lewandowski. We're going to have a discussion about Lewandowski and what he has done. It's going to be a Bayern Lewandowski discussion. But I want to address this. Stop hating Barkley with your agenda. Now, my dear friend, Mr. Spring, how can it be an agenda when a guy is essentially trash? You scoring a goal doesn't negate the fact that you're trash. He has been trash, which is why I say that he only gets game time. Same with Mason Mount because they're English. If Barkley or Mount were not English, they would get no game time because they're not good enough to start. If Lampard truly believes that they're good enough to start, Lampard is a psychopath. Simple as that. Wilton C, your thoughts on your boy Lampard, thoughts on your boy Barkley?
Frank Lampard, I'm not going to say he's not the coach to help Chelsea out, but the way the meta is right now, maybe get a young coach that doesn't have a lot of experience. That's the way I see a lot of big clubs are doing at the moment. PSG, Chelsea, Zidane, and so on. But yeah, Frank Lampard, you guys should be able to make top four. It's in your hand. It's in your hand. Just win all your fixture, you make top four. It's in your hand. But for Ross Barkley, he's not the best player. He's a brick, but he's a useful brick. Cause look at today, like it's like when he comes on, he changed like the outcome of the game for Chelsea sometimes. Like against Liverpool in the FA Cup, he scored nice goal against Liverpool. Against Leicester City, he was trash that game, but he still scored a goal. He's a useful trash player. Like I'm not gonna say he's the best player, but I wouldn't sell him just because that he brings so much versatility to the midfield when Jorginho and the sick is injured. So I don't know. And Barkley pretty much summarized Chelsea entire season. Sometimes he plays good, sometimes he's so bad that you just want to be like, man, get this man off the field, Lampard, please. That's my 2 cents on it.
All right. Yes, decided. Run this off. Thoughts on Lampard? Thoughts on Barkley? Is Barkley a brick that can be saved or can never be saved?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you. Go for it.
Yeah, so I don't know. So Barkley, he's one of those English players that I actually had hope for, especially when he was playing for Everton.
Excuse me, you had hope for him? What?
Yeah, so I thought he was a brilliant player when he was playing for Everton. I mean, he had a few good seasons, especially under what's that guy? That Martinez guy. He was, I think is he the same manager that managed Belgium right now?
No, Martinez, Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, Roberto Martinez. Yeah, under.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Said. Yes,
hello?
Are you there?
Hello.
Yeah,
hello.
Go for it. We just lost you for a minute. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry about that, guys. So.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can I? This is my news, man.
Okay. Let me. Let's go
Wait,
let's go to plastic fan, and then I know. I'm going to come to Red. I leave you last because I know you always have an agenda. I always leave you last. Yeah, you have an agenda. Agenda studio. I'm going to call you agenda studio. So plastic fan. So again, thoughts on, keep it brief. Thoughts on Lampard. Thoughts on Barkley.
Okay, let me keep this brief. Lampard is a top 4 coach. Like, if you want to coach.
Okay, hold up. I know you're going to keep it brief. Top 4 coach in the world or top 4 rookies?
I mean, like, if you want to get a manager to get you constant top 4 finishes, season in, season out, that's Lampard. But Lampard isn't the one that's going to win you the league. You need an experienced manager. You need that dude to win you the league. And Lampard ain't that dude. Lampard's just a side chick. He's not going to win the league title. He'll get you in the top four, but if you want to win a league title with Francis, Jeremiah, Lampard, and Fat Frank wins you a league title, I don't think so. So yeah, it depends on what Chelsea's goals are. If they want to be like let's say a team that finishes in the top four constantly in each season, then okay, then keep Lampard. Like if they want to win trophies, like big trophies, like Champions Leagues, league titles, trebles, then they have to get someone who is experienced and who is of a higher caliber. Because I remember like that's how Abramovich works. Like he wants instant success. Like Abramovich doesn't have the patience to like let's say build a team for the future. That's not how he rolls. He always wants instant impact. That's how Abramovich rolls. So
Okay. So okay, and also okay, and it's also on Pulisic then. Pulisic.
Pulisic is a very good player. I think as of right now, he's better than Andrei Yarmolenko of West Ham United. So I think like Pulisic has the potential to be a world class player, and I think
Okay,
like
okay, but sorry, on Barkley, just is am I being too harsh on Barkley, or do you think Barkley is essentially trash?
no, you're being fair because like you take away his goals at Chelsea, what else does he offer? Like he always like on the final third, he doesn't make the key pass. Like he always makes average decisions. I remember in the FA game against Leicester City, there was this 4v2 situation in which he had Pedro and Loftus Cheeks on each flank.
Okay.
If he had just made the right pass, then that would have been 2-0. But so he
Okay.
bottled it, and Loftus Cheek cursed him after that. He insulted him. So
Okay. So, okay, let me before I come to Red Devils, let me just say this. So, look, Just Beston, that's your name. I'm not reading out that fake name. So, Just Beston says Greenwood has more G's than a Brickham and Brick Round or Brick Rule. I will get to Greenwood. Greenwood is one of the topics. Just Beston, I will get to him, and I don't. It's not about stats. It's how you play. Tam is still the better player technically. Red Devils Studio. Thoughts on Lampard? Is he the right man for the job? Is Barkley essentially a brick?
Okay, so Tammy's not technically the better player. I'll just correct that right
Red
now.
Devil, Red Devil.
That's it.
That was not the question. Respond to
Okay,
the question.
okay,
Respond to the question.
okay. Is Barkley a brick? He can't be completely because of Lampard trust him. Like I remember the FA Cup game against Leicester where he wasn't playing, and then obviously Lampard made those substitutions, including Barkley sort of coming on. And it seemed to change the game. And obviously they went on the win and they played well. So clearly, you know, at the end of the day, clearly Lampard sees something in Barkley that we are not seeing. And when he's not there, it seems to disrupt whatever plan Lampard is going to implement. The thing I'm looking at Chelsea right now is like it's almost reminding me about how Ollie was, the towards the latter half of the first half of the season, where you're kind of like, I'm not kind of sure, like, what's your starting 11? Like, really, like, I'm not kind of sure
He
how it is
doesn't have one. He doesn't have
to
one.
play. Like, it's kind of like I'm looking at like Chelsea. I'm like, all right, okay, like what to because to be honest, I expect a bit more from this. Not because I wanted Watford to. Not because I thought Chelsea were going to lose to Watford, but Nigel Peterson usually organises his sides a bit better, so strengthened. So Watford just looked a bit all over the place today. So I feel like with a more organised side that was more defensively sort of astute and could basically sort of take advantage of your fullbacks, Chelsea could have been in trouble. I don't know. It's a difficult one. I think. I still think Chelsea will probably still be able to get top four, but I am a bit concerned that it's still not clear what Lampard's ideal 11 is, and that will change probably when Werner and Hakim Ziyech obviously come in. So I don't think you can say Lampard should go because he's going to be reinforced in the summer. So stay with Lampard, see what he does. But he does need to kind of figure out some sort of a system of some sort because it just doesn't look like they have one right now.
Okay. Let me just hit the super chat from the Real Deal. Thank you for the super chat, Real Deal, who says Cristiano 1 goal last to today at 35 has to be chief organ now. Real Deal. We will address it, but all I'll say is that scoring your first free kick after 45 tries against a team called Torino means 0 to me. I test before starts. Thoughts on Lampard, and is Barkley essentially a brick, or could he be a world-class player in disguise?
For me, with Lampard, in terms of the football, I think he plays very good football. If you look at this season, he's Chelsea have created the second most chances in the Premier League behind Manchester City. It's just that you don't have any finishers. Tammy Abraham, most overrated player in the Premier League, yeah. Olivier Giroud isn't a goal scorer. If you had someone like a Mason Greenwood, yeah, up top, I'm telling you would be doing bits in the Premier League. But with the number of chances you lot create, you'd be doing bits. So, Timo Werner's going to help out a lot, but I don't know if he can play as a lone striker, because I think you see at RB Leipzig, he plays with a second striker and he likes to face the goal. I don't think he can play with his back to goal. So I think if he comes in, he'll probably play on the left with a target man like Olivier Giroud. But anyway, back to Lampard. I think with the football, it's good. But when it comes to picking a starting 11, I don't know what he's thinking. Like, let's talk about the defense first. Like, of course, you don't have a proper world-class defender at the back, but I think he should, instead of changing it every single game, I think he should pick his defensive back four, yeah, and stick with it. Because if you keep changing it, they're not going to build up chemistry. I know none of them are good enough, but just stick with it. And then I think that's better than changing it every single game, because they need to know how each other plays. They need to build up chemistry between each other. And Ross Barkley,
you can't, as I say, you can't gain chemistry if you change the formation every flipping second, which is why he's showing himself to be a rookie, because only a rookie will treat a Premier League team like you're playing Football Manager. Well, please continue.
Exactly. And with Ross Barkley as well, bro, I don't understand that move as well. I actually think Jorginho would do a better job in a Barkley role. He's more technical than Barkley, and I think he's better on the ball. Kovacic as well, you could play him. Willian, you could play him. Like, there's so many other options. I don't understand the Barkley, why you're playing Barkley in probably one of the most important creative position in the team. So overall with Lampard, I think his football is good, but when it comes to team lineup, I don't know what he's thinking on what he's doing. But I think you should stay with him. He will change it. Might change.
Okay, so this is a interesting thing. So we're now moving on to topics, and this is an eye test. This is one for you right now. Also, guys, like the damn vid. This is the best show on the planet. Like the vid. And I am viewing some stuff in the live comments. Please think before you type. Think before you type. If I see any trash, I will ban you from the live chat, because I don't want to read any crap. Please have respect for quality. Please. So hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button. So I want to talk about United and Mason Greenwood. So I test, I'm going to come to you. It has been said that you are a fake United fan. You are bringing United into disrepute, and many people, including Nix and other people, have called you out for being a fake United fan. So I test, I'm going to give you an extra question. So this is your questions for you, I test, which are going to be different from others. First of all, I want you to answer the allegations of you being a fake fraud United fan. And the other question is, do you believe objectively Mason Greenwood should now be put amongst some of the best young players in the world? Or is it just United overhyping of a player who's only been good in the flipping Premier League, which does not represent the world? I says, go for it.
With the United fan thing here, bro, I've been a Man United since the day I was born. I've always loved United. I bleed United. When I go to sleep, I dream about playing for Manchester United. In school, I used to daydream. When we was learning about algebra and all this stuff, I used to daydream about playing for United. I didn't care about algebra, Pythagoras theorem.
I was
just
trash
used
at
to do
algebra.
the
I was
thing.
trash at maths. Like maths, chemistry, but name anything. I was an academic brick, so I did the same thing. But I was daydreaming for winning the World Cup for Nigeria. But there you go for it.
With the United thing, yes, I'm a United fan. I just want the best for United. That's why I'm very harsh on players like Marcus Rashford. I'm very harsh on Maguire. I don't like these players, and I don't like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager. I don't know why that makes me not a United fan. I don't rate Ole as a manager. I don't rate Marcus Rashford. I said it before. When we get Jadon Sancho, I'm playing Sancho on the left, Greenwood on the right. That's what I'm doing. I'm dropping Rashford because Sancho and Greenwood.
Easy. So, Ites, let me just crystallize it. Let me just get so everyone knows. You are saying that you would drop Rashford when you got Sancho because you believe Rashford is garbage, trash, useless, scrap heap.
I don't think he's garbage. I don't think he's useless, but I don't think he's the person people say he is. Because with Rashford, I said it before, occasionally he does pull out a mad skill and a crazy nutmeg on players. But when you look at his overall game, he, as a winger, I expect you to create. He's not a great creator. He doesn't track back. He doesn't help out Luke Shaw when it comes to defensive work. He's not even a great finisher. If you take away all of his penalties, his goal scoring record doesn't look very impressive.
Speak on it.
Okay. Okay. So I said okay. So I want you to go to Mason Greenwood. Should Greenwood be talked about as one of the best young players in the world, or is he just a domestic merchant overhyped by United fans?
Bro, Greenwood though, on the other hand, he's the real deal. I don't know a young striker under 20 better than him. I don't want to hear about Haaland. This guy's better than Haaland. 18 years old and he's doing what he's doing right now. 18 years old.
So you're saying that he's better than Erling Haaland?
100% because he's got the touch, he's got the dribbling ability, he's got the finishing. Bro, do you see Haaland making that cross to Bruno Fernandes in the last game? I don't see Haaland doing that. Haaland's a goal scorer. I rate him as a goal scorer. Yeah, he's good at running into space. He's good at that. But Greenwood for me is a better overall footballer, and his finishing is even better than Haaland. He's a better goal scorer than Haaland.
Lastly, because we have to go to others. Would you put Mason Greenwood in the same category as the Prodigy and the Oos?
Well, I don't know. We need to wait. Before I wouldn't rush into
it's a yes or no. As of right now, in the year of our Lord, July 5th or 4th, would you put him in the same category as the Prodigy and the Oos?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Because look at
no, I don't want to hear anymore. I don't need because we have other people to go. We are doing anymore. But okay, cool. I'll remember that. I'll remember that statement. So let me just hit this from your boy Dungu Kamau, who says, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Very thankful. Sell Brickley his trash. Play Loftus-Cheek over his ass for a whole game, and you will see the difference between a good player and a brick. This is the same problem Sarri had last season, 100%. If you notice, Loftus-Cheek wants to punch Barkley in the face because the amount of bad decisions he makes, the amount of bad passes he makes, the amount of mistimed passes that he makes, it is crazy. And Loftus-Cheek is left frustrated with the garbage he has to play with. But when Barkley now scores a goal, Lampard now has a dumbass excuse to play him in. But although, as much as I love Loftus-Cheek, when Ziyech comes in, once Werner comes in, and potentially Neymar, I've heard something about Neymar and Messi. I think those guys can take precedence, man, because I'm saying Neymar. I've heard Neymar and Messi rumors.
What you
Hey, man, let me land, man. Let me look, man. I talk. Let me chill. I let you talk, Jamal. Is Mason Greenwood one of the best young players in the world, or is this just United hype?
Yeah. Before I answer that, go and see what happened to Maguire in that game today. Dennis Lass gave him a serious nutmeg, a Lara Croft, as you like to say. You should go and check it out. Yeah. Greenwood. For me, the last time I heard Man United fans getting gas out a player like this was Januzaj. Remember him? That day was going crazy about Januzaj. What he is now. He's a brick and he is a trash player.
Wait. But in fairness, Jamal, in fairness, was Januzaj ever as talented as this kid at this age? Honestly
Yeah,
speaking.
no. That was gonna say this Greenwood, he looked different. I don't know, he's 2-footed, he's very technically gifted, and he's a serious finisher. I mean, this guy don't miss in front of goal. It's really good. So, you know what? Let's just wait. As of now, he's looking good. He's looking for 18 years of age, he is playing out of his skin. So let United fans get gas because he's playing all right. But do not put him yet with Mbappe. Please do not fall into the hype. Please. He's playing good. He's doing good. He scored a couple goals in the European League as well. So he's done it out of England. But let's let him play. Just relax. Because Rashford and all, they say was the truth. And what's happened to Rashford? He's just a normal, average player. So let's chill, relax, let the guy play. But he's looking really good. I wouldn't lie.
So, just to be clear, you're saying that Rashford is an overhyped roadman from the streets. Is that what you said, or did I hear incorrectly? What did you say?
No, Rashford is a good player, but you remember when Man U fans was hyping Rashford, they say he was gonna be the best player in the world by age 23, 22. He's 22 right now, and he still does nothing special. But the guy I will put Greenwood with is with Ansu Fati. I think he's maybe actually better. I wouldn't put him with Mbappe and Sancho yet, but I'll put him with the likes of Ansu Fati. I think he's better than Ansu Fati.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sanmaya, how do you rate Greenwood? Is he as good as what people say, or is it just more English United bias? Sanmaya.
So yeah, Greenwood, I think, is very mature for an 18-year-old. His ball control, his finishing, his dribbling, touch are very good. After the lockdown, I feel like Greenwood has gotten better. I think he matured a lot. But in order for him to be put alongside with Mbappe and Sancho, I think we need to give him one full season. Let's see what he can do consistently in the starting lineup, and let's see how he does in the Europa League or Champions League. Then we can make that comparison. But I do think Greenwood has a lot of potential, and he will probably be he's probably one of England's best players, I think. Like top five players in the future.
Okay, cool. Samuel, Greenwood, talking it. Is the hype real?
Let me get real. Basically, Man United fans hyping up another young talent again. They did it with Januzaj, as Jamal said. Where is he? They've done it with Rashford. They said he was up there with Mbappe. They told Mbappe to come outside. What is Rashford doing now? And now they're doing it with Greenwood. Now, let me be fair on Greenwood. He is an exceptional talent, and the sky is the limit with him. However, he needs to get nurtured. And with Oli as a manager, do you think he can get nurtured with him? Hell no.
So you're saying Gollum? Okay, so you're saying Gollum is a trash, useless manager who only got the job because of a goal he scored in 1999.
Listen, I don't even know how he got the manager job of Manchester United, to be honest. He, as somebody else said, he's a PE teacher. He somehow just got the job and applied for the job, and they just said, yeah, I will accept you. And just because he's a legend of Man United, apparent legend, I don't know what they're talking about legend here, but yeah, he got the job because of that. But Greenwood needs to get nurtured. He needs to be trained and refined. He's a guy from the road. His IQ is actually quite high for his age. I won't lie to you, quite high for his age. And even the goal he scored, I think it was the second goal that he scored. I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect that. And the amount of space that he had for him to get a shot off like that was very good. But Man United fans, just relax. Just relax. This is what happens with not even Man United fans, English fans. You have a young English talent, they will overhype him, and then he'll be probably playing for Bournemouth in the next 5 years.
Yeah, Rooney was the white Pele, but you know.
Remember what they said a couple of years ago? It's coming home.
Yep. So
You know,
yeah, Randolph. Obviously,
Yeah, I agree with the other guy that said you put him with Ansu Fati. I think he's the kind of like of that ilk. I don't know. I need to analyze who is really better, but all I'm just gonna say to round off is just don't overhype him. Just let him play his football. He needs to be nurtured well. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not the guy for it, and the sky is the limit with him.
Okay. Wait, but see, I think this is key. Fati just turned 17 and he's starting for Barcelona. People need to put a lot of respect on Ansu Fati's name. This dude single-handedly sent Inter Milan packing out of the Champions League. Greenwood plays in the Europa League. Ansu Fati has balled in the CL. Those are levels. Those are levels. Plastic fan, thoughts on Mason Greenwood? Is he the real deal?
Mason Greenwood is the real deal, bro. I think Eden Hazard's biological father, dude.
Say again?
Love it. Love it.
Excuse me, what? Wait, say again, repeat yourself, what?
Love it.
So yeah, Greenwood's like he's a good player. He's very talented. He reminds me of Robin van Persie the way he just feints his body and takes a shot. And he's also fast. He's good with both feet. So yeah, he's a really exceptional player. So yeah, I won't be surprised if like Greenwood drops 3 Gs against Chelsea in the FA Cup. So yeah, for me, he's an exceptional player. Yeah.
All right, plastic fan. You didn't have to bring in Chelsea into the whole thing. I'm going to relax. Let me hit this few super chats and then I'll write with you guys. From Just Bestin, thank you for the super chats. Let's Agenda Studio talk. These guys are talking nonsense. I will let him talk. Okay. Red Devil Studio always anchors the whole thing, so he will have his time to talk, and I know he will be biased.
Just to
And
say,
from your man, easy. Let me land. From your man, Dave Tebgo says, by the way, Oli has resurrected Matic's career. Has he? He looks right, but has he resurrected? Resurrection is a very strong word. It's a very strong word. LB, Greenwood. Is Greenwood the real deal? Is he worth the hype?
Look, I mean, like what a couple of the other people were saying before, there's been so many players that have been, overhyped and talked about, and their careers have just flopped, just like a flick of a switch. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Greenwood. Some of the qualities in which he brings to the table, his ability to finish. I mean, he's an unbelievable finisher at such a young age as well. And I know a lot of people were saying that he needs to sort of prove himself at the elite top level in Europe. And obviously, Manchester United haven't been in the Champions League this season. They were last season, but in terms of sort of proving himself amongst Europe's best and their best young players, I think he still needs to sort of show that in the Champions League. Look, Europa League's one thing, the Champions League is another. So if United get into the top four, he'll have that opportunity to prove that next season. But to be honest, I don't think. There's a chance in which he might not even be part of the United squad next season, if I'm correct, because I don't know whether he is going to be part of the Sancho deal with Dortmund, or whether that's just a rumor. But I think he still needs to sort of prove himself amongst Europe's best in order to show that he's one of the best young players out there.
Okay. Rodney, Greenwood, thoughts?
First of all, I just need to say we need to stop this thing of just comparing everyone to Mbappe. Like this guy has a World Cup, like a World Cup. Like
no. Rodney, I'm so glad that you brought this up. Which is why I think eye test needs to take another eye test, because nope. The prodigy can say what's up to those two international flops known as Messi and Cristiano. That's the level we're dealing with. You can't be put in the same category as a guy who has a World Cup, who scored in a World Cup final, as was one of the key reasons why they won the World Cup. The prodigy is different, and I keep reminding people, if you let the prodigy win a CL, we're going to have a very difficult conversation that some sad loser fanboys don't want to have. That's what I'm saying. Rodney, please continue.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, like, I think Mbappe is just a different class to everybody else. So I think when you compare Greenwood to the youngsters that have kind of come through this season, I think he's definitely up there. And I think he's done quite well considering I don't think he's necessarily a right winger, and that's mostly where it looks like he's been playing. I think he's more of a central player, like a number 9, given his skill set. And can Oli be the guy to like take him to that next level? Well, he seems like he likes working with young players. Like he brought Haaland onto the scene before he went to Salzburg, and obviously Haaland credits him a lot for his development. So I think that he's definitely a good player, and he's definitely someone that I think can be part of the England setup and Man United setup for the next few years. And I think it'll be interesting seeing if Sancho comes in, what his role is going to be in the team. Because being honest, he's scoring all these goals against relegation threatened teams and Europa League sides. So the next step is obviously to go beyond that. Oh, and also shout out Martin Rosario, by the way.
Rodney, don't shout out that dude. He's a hater. You can't shout out haters, please.
HH,
Shout him out.
HH, I've got a quick question for you. You mentioned that Mbappe's got a World Cup, yeah. What about when people sort of come out and say Giroud's got a World Cup? Like,
no, very because I think people say, what's it called? Arbeloa has a World Cup. First of all, Stefan Givash. Do you know who he is? Yes, he is one of the worst players you've ever seen in life. He has a World Cup as well in '98. It's about what you did at the World Cup. It's about your performance, your contribution. Mbappe single-handedly sent Messi packing. Single-handedly, he sent your boy packing. Okay, so Mbappe's contribution to it, and he scored a goal in the World Cup final, a quality goal, and he's the second only teenager to score in a World Cup final. I know it annoys people. I know you don't like it, but I'm sorry. Your so-called frauds don't have a World Cup. The potential GOAT has a World Cup, and if your line gets to get a CL, we will be having a very difficult conversation. So please do all you can to ensure he doesn't win a CL. Because if he wins a CL, those two dudes are done. Wilton C, please speak on your boy Greenwood. Wilton C.
First of all, I would like to say Mason Greenwood is a really, really great player. He's really good. I would say he's a better finisher than Rashford because he takes less shot than Marcus Rashford. But United, y'all overhyping him too much. Please don't compare him to a guy named the Prodigy, a guy who dethroned PSG, helped Monaco win their first French league in how long? Like Mbappe won the World Cup. He scored in a World Cup final. You guys are Mbappe's Serie A, man. He needs that Champions League. He already dethroned Messi and Cristiano at the international level. And you guys out here comparing Messi and Greenwood because
yet in Paris when Greenwood and Mbappe were playing in that game, because people forget Mason Greenwood was playing in Paris, remember? When our stupid academy products were playing against PSG. Where was Mbappe? I'm just saying.
Red Devil is not on. Let's Wilton see land. Please land.
Was Greenwood in the 2018 World Cup? Was he there in the 2018 World Cup for England?
Of course he wasn't. He was playing the under-23s. I'm talking about like being in the...
interesting. But what was a 19-year-old Mbappe doing? Yeah, he was busy winning a World Cup, sending Messi. Interesting. Wilton C, please go easy. Go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna compare him to Sancho and Mbappe, and I'm not comparing them right now because he's having a good season right now. I'm gonna say he's a better finisher than Rashford. He's really good with the ball dribbling. He's really good at close, like in dangerous area. He knows how to dribble the ball. He doesn't take a lot of shots like Marcus Rashford does, just hoping the ball will hit the net. And he has a really nice ability to control the ball with both feet. Because that goal he scored today was mad. I didn't think he was going to score from that angle. I really thought he was going to cut in with his left foot. But hey, that's what happens when you have both feet. But please don't compare it to Mbappe. He's good, but give him time, please. Do not compare him to a guy named the Prodigy, please.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
Mbappe at 18.
So it's easy. Before I come to Red Devil, let me just get some super chats from my boy Yas's side. He says, I want to rate Mbappe until he leaves PSG. Simple. Yas's side, I get that. Mbappe knows that. But Yas's side, you cannot deny the fact that he has a World Cup. And he was a major part of the World Cup. And he's the second teenager only ever to score in a World Cup final. That's why he's dubbed the Prodigy. Okay? Don't disrespect what we have. He represents the future. Those frauds represent the past because they're failures. They tried, they had a chance, they failed. On his first attempt, Mbappe delivered the promised land. And right now, he's just adding to his legacy. If you dare let this boy win a seal, if you dare let this boy win another World Cup, oh my God.
But
My
wait,
God in heaven.
before you go to Red Devil,
Wait, easy. Let me just say this good. Let me say this easy. From your boy Dave Tapwood, he says, your boy Dave, shout out to your boy Dave. Ole has also coached a midfield of Fred, McTominay, and Andres Pereira to beat City 3 times, Chelsea 3 times, and Tottenham.
Yes.
He needs more respect. Also, Bruno Fire. Unless Ole wins a trophy, all he's done is irrelevant. Show me a trophy, I don't care. I work on silverware on trophies. Really, I work on CLs, World Cups, Euros, Nations Cups, and Copa Americas. But give me a league title and maybe I can say what's up. Give me a trophy, it's relevant. Let me learn. Red Devils talk. Mason Greenwood. So let me guess. You feel that he's better than Mbappe, better than Maradona, and he's going to be as good as Zidane?
No, of course not. That's not what I mean. The amount of this.
Okay, he's going to be just behind Pele. So just basically, he'll end up becoming the second GOAT behind Pele. Or,
No,
am I right?
the amount of. Okay, let me go start. Let me clarify something here. A few things. First, the amount of disrespect that Ollie's been getting, like, is truly laughable. Like, I'm not. No Manchester United fan is claiming that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the best manager in the world. But to basically ignore that, like, people saying, I don't get why he got the job. Like, he got the job because he basically went on a 15-16 unbeaten run, which ended.
No. Red Devil.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because he scored one of United's famous goals. That's why he got the job.
Let me land. Let me land. Yeah, but you guys are forgetting that he was in a interim job. It was an interim job. It wasn't a permanent job. It was an interim. He was never supposed to get the job full time. That's the reality. Everyone knows that. It was an interim. Getting a coach in when Jose Mourinho left, someone to bring a bit of positivity, bounce the mood. That was the reason. No one expected Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go on a 15 unbeaten run, which ended by beating PSG in Paris, where the project he was playing, by the way, and actually humiliating them. So getting through. We didn't expect that, so that's why he got the job. Now, obviously, come the beginning of the season. Well, it's just facts. It's true. At the end of the day, it's true. That's what happened.
Land.
You had to heave Sean Gomez and Greenwood playing in a game, and they still couldn't. And PSG still couldn't win. That was just last season. But anyway, so when you then obviously fast forward this season, obviously, it's been. I've already gone into length as to one of the reasons why Manchester United struggled in the first half of this season. We basically did.
Red Devil, are you there? Are you there? Red Devil? All right. While he sort of fixes his mic, let me hit this super chat up in here. So from Iboy Yas's side, who says, Mbappe scoring goals against Sunday League players with beer bellies, and Mason Greenwood is doing this against men in a Tier 1 league. Yas's side, that's maybe true. It is Uber Eats, but what was Greenwood doing at the 2018 World Cup? I believe he was getting breastfed by his mom. Mbappe was winning a World Cup. Last I checked, a World Cup is a higher level than the EPL. That's what I'm saying. So let's keep it real.
Double H.
From your boy. Wait, easy. From your boy. I test B before stats. Says Greenwood. Shout out for the super chat, my main man. He says Greenwood will outshine Mbappe in the Euros and the CL next season. I test. I'm going to hold you to that. Because again, people are disrespecting the prodigy. First, can I just say this? The disrespect to a World Cup winner I find sickening. I think Greenwood is good. I think he's quality. The prodigy is different. You have to be sick in the head to compare a domestic merchant to an international. Why is he called the prodigy? How
in terms of potential,
a domestic dude to a guy who is literally called the prodigy? He's literally the future of football. He has been brought from the heavens above to replace Christina and Lionel Richie. That's why he's here. And you're comparing him to some guy. You guys are sick.
In terms of potential, yes.
Let me see this shot. From your boy Yas's side, it says your boy. I think the super chat. So, okay, Yas said you're here, so you can respond to this. So Yas side says, HH, remind me Who was the manager when we knocked out PSG in the CL? And who scored the winning goal? Was Mbappe playing that game? Yes, Said.
Oh my
True.
gosh.
Very true. That Mbappe was playing that game wasn't one of his strongest games. But yeah, yes, aside, how old is Mbappe? He's still 20, 21. He has 6, 7, 8 years of top quality football to still say what's up. And what I say to people is that he's gonna have failures. Did United win that CL? No, they did not. So what was the use? Because remember, it's about silverware. No, not about the matches you win. It's about silverware. Mbappe can still show you a World Cup winner's medal. What can Oli show me? What can Rashford show me? What can Greenwood show me? Nothing. Show me silverware. Yes, it's like, please respond to your scandalous, insulting.
You know what?
All right. Can I speak?
No. Wait. From yes side, go for it. Respond to yes side, go for it.
All right. So this is just my personality. I see a good player, right? And then I see his talent. I rate him. But at the end of the day, I don't like, even though I only overhype United players because I love United and I'm obsessed. But even with Rashford, even with Greenwood, even with Martial, I want more. I expect more. And I expect more from Mbappe. I don't expect him to leave. When Mbappe leaves, then I'll be like, you know what? All right, let's see what you can do. Because playing in PSG, playing in Uber East, not showing up in the Champions League, it doesn't do it for me. And then every time you keep mentioning the World Cup, that was Pogba led that team. Come on, like that was Pogba.
No.
World Cup.
Pogba didn't lead that team. He played his role. Who was a shining beacon in that game against Argentina? That's what I'm saying.
But then, come on, who ran the midfield? You acted like N'Golo Kante was ran the midfield.
It was a team effort. It was a team
you acted like
who scored the goal?
Matuidi and
Okay, hold on.
Pogba did not run that team.
Even as much as I, criticize Griezmann has more goals than Mbappe in that World Cup.
Penalties,
Let's be real. And penalties is still goals. At the end of the day, Messi can't score penalties to save his life in a Copa America final. So penalties are still goals. Penalties matter. So let's be real.
Wait. Yes, sorry. Just to on topic. So your view, do you believe Greenwood deserves to be seen as one of the best young players in the world? And are you honestly telling me that Greenwood should be in the same sentence as the prodigy?
But Greenwood is 18, guys. That's what you guys need to understand. This dude is 18, and like I watched this guy when he was in the academy, and I heard about this dude. Everyone was going crazy about this guy, and I was like, you know what? All right, I watched him, and I was like, okay, but can he do it in the Premier League? Can he do it in United's first team? And the thing that I love about Greenwood is that the guy is both-footed. The guy is left foot, right foot. I'm so confused. I don't even know, and I am puzzled. Can anyone tell me what is his dominant foot? I don't even think he knows. I don't even think he knows. Like he doesn't even know.
He's left-footed.
When he said he was like, I guess I'm left-footed. I mean, sure, maybe I don't know, but that he doesn't even know.
Yes, it's a simple question. Are you saying he's one of the best young players in the world? Is he in the same category as the prodigy? Yes or no?
But then Prodigy plays more games. Like Greenwood barely plays, so I can't say he's the same as Prodigy. I can. That'd be trolling because the guy plays like is Mbappe. Like, you know what? I rate Mbappe. But Greenwood, we gotta watch the space with this one. This kid is talented. This kid is very talented.
Okay. So wait, let me just hit this soap spot real quick. From your boy Josh Beston, who said Pogba, the closest to Zizou, gave Mbappe a World Cup. That is false and that is a lie. Please stop spreading lies. Pogba was an important member. He did not give thing a World Cup. Guys, let's hit those likes. Let's hit those likes, man. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's get to 200 likes. Please, people, if you've not liked the vid, take a moment right now and like the vid. This is top quality. Oh my God, he's back. This is top quality entertainment. Please like the vid. Like the vid because you want to show support schooling these liars who are spreading falsities about football. Like the vid. Take a moment right now. All you need to do is just take a small moment, small pause, hit the like button. That's all you need to do. Just hit that like button. So you need to do. So Red Devil Studio. Unfortunately, you're back. I was hoping your internet would break out.
No,
So, Red
I'm
Devil
back.
Studio,
Unfortunately.
can you
Yes.
finish telling the audience the lies that you are spreading about Greenwood?
Lies.
No. Actually, no, wait. Let me just ask this question. So this is a simple question. Are you going to put Mason Greenwood in the same sentence and category as the prodigy? Yes or no?
My heart obviously says yes, but my mind says no, because at the end of the day, and I will echo what I think one of the Liverpool fans Samuel said in that. At the end of the day, like with all players, like you don't want to overhype a player and put so much pressure on a young player so young. People use it's funny that Liverpool fans talk about Januzaj. They should talk about like Michael Owen. Like now, I appreciate that Michael Owen obviously won a Ballon d'Or, etc. But we all saw what happened with the rest of his career, like he got with injuries and what have you and stuff like that. So he peaked too early, and it basically became irrelevant at Newcastle. So I agree from the point of view that like you shouldn't be overhyped. You should just be allowed to enjoy. And this is what I'm kind of trying to say about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is allowing the players to basically play their football. When he came in, it was all about getting those guys to express themselves, enjoy themselves. So long as he continues to do that, then I don't see that there's an issue. What I would say though is that people do need to. I would say that from a technical point of view, I don't know whether like you agree with HH, but like I would say that he's technically more talented than Erling Haaland. Even though we wanted him, I would say he is from the finishes that he's done in the Premier League, especially how he's finished. And any United fan would agree with me in that the difference between him and Rashford, and I've been saying this for Rashford even since he came on the scene. Every coach has said this, is that he lacks composure.
Yeah.
Okay, like his decision making is not great. Like, yes, he's quick, yes, he's fast, yes, he can score. We all know that, but his composure is not like he will shoot when he should pass. He just doesn't have that footballing intelligence. And Martial, to a certain extent, but not as bad, has it. But Greenwood doesn't, and that's what like United fans are gassed about. Is that like his composure is miles ahead of Rashford in terms of finishing and where he's finishing. And
Yes.
at the end of the day, like he's an academy product. I can see why Arsenal fans are gassed over Saka because he's playing well. He's academy product, so of course we're going to be gassed over these players.
Saka is trash.
So wait. So Red Devil.
When was the last time that Chelsea or even Liverpool produced like an up-inspiring academy product?
Red Devil. In closing, Red Devil.
something.
Easy. Just
Never.
Are you putting Mason Jeremiah Greenwood? I don't care about your mind or your brain or your heart. Just give me a definitive answer. Say yes or no. Should he be put in the same category as the prodigy? Yes or no?
All I'm saying is that when the two players were on the field at the same time,
Red Devil,
which team won?
can you just give me a yes?
I'm just saying,
Disgusting.
which team? I need an answer. I need an answer. When the two players were on the same field at the same time, which team won? Which player performed?
To be fair, he only played 2
All right,
minutes.
so there goes. But Red Devil doesn't want to answer the question. So we're going to be moving on very swiftly. So I'm going to call for something controversial. I know nobody will listen to me, but I will keep on with this agenda for as long as I can. Which is, I think the Bundesliga might need to be disbanded because Bayern Munich have made a mockery of that league, and that's why I'm going to come first to San Maya to break this down because I want to hear his viewpoint. So Bayern Munich got that ass against Leverkusen, and this, of course, is going to be a discussion on Bayern Munich and also on Lewandowski. So here it is. Bayern Munich have had an incredible season, superb, amazing season, and people would say if Hansi Flick was a manager from the beginning of the season, this would have been over a lot earlier, and this would have been like a 20 points gap because like the way in which Hansi Flick has the swiftness in which he corrected the missteps of Niko Kovac is quite exceptional because Bayern Munich were completely derailed under Niko Kovac. So what Hansi Flick's correction of things has been quite incredible, and how he has revived Thomas Muller, how he has given Lewandowski what I believe is his best ever goal season, how he has taken Joshua Kimmich to a whole new level, how he has made Alaba into a central defender, how he has given us what, in my view, the best left back in the world in Alphonso Davies. It's quite amazing. So my thing is this, and this is, so I'm going first to Sanmaya. Are Bayern Munich far too strong for the German league? And should it be a case in which this is further proof that Bayern Munich needs to be put in a Super League? And the second question is, so it's almost three questions. So first question is that Bayern Munich, are they too strong for the German league? Should they not be put in the second league? Secondly, and this is maybe combining it too with Bayern Munich and Lewandowski, is it right that based on their amazing performance, Bayern Munich and Lewandowski should be feared or put as favorites in the Champions League? Or is it a case of, because they're too strong for the competition in the German league and they haven't faced the likes of a PSG, a Man City, or a Juventus, we can't still know how strong they are because we don't know how well they can do against top-tier opposition? Sanmaya, break it down for me.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about today's game a little bit, or
Yes, go for it. Yeah, talk about today. Yeah.
So I feel like today's game, it just showed like Leverkusen, they have the talent to challenge against Bayern, but their player psychology always has that fear factor. They're worried against playing against Bayern. They're scared to go up against them. They feel like it's almost impossible to beat this Bayern team. So that's one of the problems. The second problem is I feel like Leverkusen coach Peter Bosch showed his tactical naivety, how naive he was tactically in the first half.
He's trash. I mean, he did the same thing for Ajax and for Dortmund. He's not great a manager.
So why is he playing his star player in Kai Havertz as a false nine? I know it worked against Werder Bremen, but you're playing against Bayern. What works against 10th place team doesn't work against the German champion. He's your star player. You play him at his best position. He's not a natural striker. You need a striker that can finish the chances against. He didn't do that. He had two strikers on the bench in Kevin Volland and Alario. Why did he bench both of them? I don't get it. And also the other thing is, why did you bench your deep line playmaker in Kieran Demirbay? Why would you bench him? You need someone to distribute the ball. Why did you bench him? You played a pretty crap midfielder in Bomb. I don't know how to say his name, but you play Demirbay. He's your top 5 player of this season. Play him. So, and then in the second half when he started Demirbay and what's his name, Volland, Leverkusen, to be honest, they were the better team in the second half. They should have scored more than 2 goals. And yeah, they were much more dangerous. And now, as for Bayern being favorites for UCL, well, UCL this year's UCL is going to be one leg. It's in a neutral venue, and one leg you never know. So honestly, for me, there's no favorites for me. I wouldn't put Bayern the favorites because it's just one leg, and there's no home and away. It's not 2 leg, and it's in a neutral venue, so you never know. Now, I want to talk about the problem of Bundesliga team. As you know, Bundesliga, there's the 50+1 rule, which they don't allow foreign investors. So which is why Bundesliga clubs are pretty poor if you compare with the EPL and La Liga clubs. So the easiest solution, I guess, is to scrap the 50+1 rule. So which the weaker teams in the Bundesliga will be similar to the current Newcastle project. And if they get lucky, they can maybe do what Leipzig did. But that's an unrealistic option because no other German fans and their clubs, they don't want to do that. So that's an unrealistic option. So that's like, it's not even worth thinking about that. Which is why I think the biggest problem is that the teams, they cannot keep their star players. All the Bundesliga clubs except for Bayern, they just cannot keep the players. Once they have good players, they sell them. Klopp, look what Klopp did with Dortmund. He built a powerhouse there. He won the Bundesliga consecutively, and he challenged Bayern in the UCL final in 2013. Dortmund had all the talent to continue competing with Bayern, but then they sold them. And even if Bayern didn't buy Lewandowski, Götze, Hummels, do you really think they would have stayed at Dortmund? They would have sold them. Look a common pattern. Dembele, Aubameyang, Götze, Gundogan, Pulisic. Yeah. What's the common pattern? They all left.
Is that Bundesliga teams just do not have the finances or the clouds to be able to hold on to their star players, whereas Bayern, basically they don't have the kind of financial weight and foundation to pay the players what they want, because the players will always want someone and want to leave.
Yeah, you saw that. Like Wolfsburg used to have Draxler, Kevin De Bruyne. Schalke used to have Leroy Sané, Kolasinac, Joel Matip, Leon Goretzka, Max Meyer. They used to have all these players. What did they do? They let them go, and they even let some of those players leave on a free contract. Like those clubs are not ambitious enough to challenge for Bayern. In their eye, they think, oh, if we challenge for DFB Pokal, if we're second place, this is already a success. It's not. That's their ambition. They never really thought like it was possible to challenge against Bayern. Dortmund had all the chance to challenge for Bayern again to win the league last season. They capitulate. None of them had the mentality, mindset, and ambition to be first place. They don't have that, and that's the problem.
Okay.
And I don't really think like people think like, oh, scrap the 50+1 rule. No, I don't. I think we should keep that. I think the 50+1 is very useful to preserve that German culture. But the problem is teams need to have more ambition. They cannot accept being second to Bayern. They need to start recruiting players that want to play for the club, want to fight for the badge. That they need to have good mentality. That they have to have that belief that they can challenge against Bayern, because Bayern don't play excellent every game. If they play excellent, they win no matter what. If they play badly, a lot of times they still scrap the win. You saw that a lot of times this season. They don't need to play that great, yet they still win the game.
Okay.
And that's a mentality issue I will see it.
Okay.
And I don't
Very
agree.
well said.
Yeah.
Very well said. Very well said. A lot to chew on. So Jamal, again, do you think that Bayern are too strong for the Bundesliga? Like, what changes do you think that Bundesliga need? Should Bayern maybe leave the Bundesliga? And would you say that Lewandowski is already a Ballon d'Or favorite, or he needs to prove himself in the Champions League?
Yeah, for me, Bundesliga teams just need to hire a defensive coach. I think, because guys, nobody plays defensive in the Bundesliga, not one team. They need a defensive coach and they need a world-class manager. Because guys, come on, watch Liverpool team and watch Manchester City team. There's no way you can tell me Liverpool have a better squad than Manchester City. But who won the title? So they just need a pragmatic coach, a defensive coach. And because what should Klopp do? Put some respect on Klopp's name, man. He gave Dortmund 2 titles. Yeah. And for Lewandowski, he is the definition of a stat pad merchant. Unless he does something in the CL, I cannot respect Lewandowski. What? He's gonna
He's already dropped 50 Gs this season, so 50 Gs isn't enough for a Ballon d'Or.
He scored 4 goals against Real Madrid.
He needs to do something in the
7 years
CL.
ago.
And he scored in almost every UCL semi.
Wait, let Jamal down, Jamal.
Yeah, this happens all the time with Lewandowski. He mightn't score 50 goals, but he scores 30 and 40. He always do good in the Bundesliga, and when time for the CL, he flop. If he wins the CL, give him the Ballon d'Or. Oh, and one more thing. I didn't even watch today's game. The only thing I was worried about is Thiago getting injured, because, guys, the word on the street is Thiago is heading to Merseyside, Liverpool, next week. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I gotta say.
All right. From your boy Samuel, man, the issue of Bayern's dominance in the Bundesliga, how can it be rectified? And should Lewandowski already be a Ballon d'Or candidate, or should we wait about what he does in the CL?
First of all, Jamal, don't get me excited because I will cry if he doesn't come. But moving on to the Bayern Munich situation and the Bundesliga. But yeah, moving on to that situation. Now what? Sorry, I forgot his name. Is it Sam Mayo?
Yeah, San Mayo.
What he said was very interesting about that 50+1 rule. Now, how I got to know about it, obviously, because I've started to watch Bundesliga a lot more, but how I got to know about it was because of RB Leipzig and why most of the Germans hated that club and how they came to the Bundesliga. But that 50+1 rule is actually very interesting, and it basically what it does is that it keeps a lot of German investors well, it gives mainly the rights to the supporters. Sam Maya, please interrupt me if I'm getting it wrong. But yeah, it gives a lot of the rights to the supporters. However, the problem with that is that, as Sam Maya said, is that there's not any much external investors coming into the league. You know what I'm saying? So that means there's not much money really circulating the league. Like if you look at the Premier League, how much investors we have there, and people might say, "Oh, we might have a."
Also, remember, it's not investors. The TV money.
Yeah.
From top to bottom has the most TV has the biggest TV money share of any league in the world.
Most definitely. I was literally going to get onto that, but we know the Premier League has a lot of investors, but also the TV money also comes into it, and that's why people say that most likely there won't be a duopoly because of the amount of money in the Premier League now. Also, let's go into that mentality of the Germans. Now, if you actually look at a young German player, their dream most of the time is to play for Bayern Munich. It's like the mentality that South Americans have with Barcelona and Real Madrid. That their dream is to go play for Barcelona or Real Madrid. A lot of the time, young German players, young talented German players, their dream is to play for Bayern Munich. You can see Sane going to Bayern Munich. Gnabry. It's Havertz. I know the thing with Chelsea is also big, but Havertz is a most likely chance to go into Bayern Munich as well. That's how Bayern Munich can take all the young talent, and basically the other teams have basically nobody. If you look at Klopp's reign, Klopp made, as you said, Dortmund into a powerhouse. However, the only reason why Dortmund finished, like, I think it was the season that Klopp left, is because Bayern Munich basically ripped the spine of Dortmund. They took Hummels, they took Lewandowski, they took Goetze. Like that's literally practically was his best players. If you can allow Bayern Munich to do that, and you can allow Bayern Munich to do that nearly every year, there's not going to be competition at all. Now, again, with what Jamal said, there's also the Bundesliga. It doesn't have like a very eye-catching. I'll say like, what's the word for it? An eye-catching market. You don't really see the top managers going to the Bundesliga. If you have a top manager, he's probably going to go to Bayern Munich, and that's it. You really just have like up and coming managers like what's his name that manages for RB Leipzig.
Nagelsmann.
Up and coming managers. Now, if you're trying to fight against Bayern Munich, you can't really have those all the time. You need a Klopp, you need maybe a Conte, you need the best managers in the world to compete against Bayern Munich. Otherwise, Bayern Munich, as we are going to say, they're probably going to win the league 10 times in a row. And really and truly, that is bad for German football in itself. Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got to say about it.
Okay.
Can I just respond?
Yeah, go for it.
So here's the thing. Dortmund, yes, Bayern bought their players, but if you think about it, Bayern paid the release clause for Götze. So it was ultimately Götze's decision to go to Bayern. It's not Dortmund had no they couldn't do anything about that. And Dortmund, they hold like Lewandowski. He had 1 year left with his contract. He made it clear he doesn't want to stay, but Dortmund tried to keep him, it failed. Which in January, Lewandowski is just he eventually like he's eligible to talk to other teams because he's entering the July as a free agent. So Lewandowski signed for Bayern on a free contract. So he was essentially a free agent. Bayern just signed a free agent. That's what I'm trying to say. And Mats Hummels, he wanted to go to Bayern. He requested to go to Bayern. So yes, you can feel like, oh, Bayern, like they get the best players, but ultimately it's the players that wanted to go there, and Bayern just want to strengthen their team. I get that it sounds kind of annoying, but it's ultimate. But if you think about it, you see the trend with other Dortmund players like Aubameyang, Dembele. What makes you think they will want to stay at Dortmund? They're not gonna, if they didn't go to Bayern, they would have left. They would have left Germany and go to other teams. I can guarantee that. And with the 50+1 rule, yes, it makes Bundesliga poor compared to the EPL. And I get there's a monopoly of Bayern, but one thing good about the 50+1 rule is Bundesliga is known for the highest average attendance in Europe. It has the most attendance, and it's known for developing German talent, which was a blueprint for Germany winning the World Cup in 2014. So they're doing something right. And maintaining that fan culture, I think it outweighs the positives with the negatives.
Okay.
Can I quickly say something? HH, you have to mute.
Let's go real quick.
Samuel, that's what I was basically saying before, was that the element of it is that the mentality of young German players, they all want to play for Bayern Munich, if you get what I'm saying. It's like how South Americans, most of them want to play for Barcelona and Real Madrid. Like, there's nothing that the Bundesliga can really do about it if Bayern Munich is the eye-catching team that young players want to play for. But yeah, move on.
All right, so let me hit the super chat before I get to LB. So just says that talk about the comment I made about Bundesliga. So I think you're referring to the tweets you sent me, which was about showing the difference points gap that Bayern Munich have had over the last few years. But I think, as Sanmai was saying, I think it's really about the Bundesliga teams just sort of upping the game and how they operate. But also, as well, it's about them just having greater financial power and also having investors. Club football has changed. You need money. It's about money. It's about cash. It's about money. And I think if you don't have the money to really enforce these changes, none of this stuff will happen. From your boy, Ajuch00, who says, Lewandowski has 11 goals in the Champions League this season. Yes, he does. But
against Chelsea and Tottenham.
We need to see those goals in the knockout stage, because Lewandowski, he has always been, he is still living off the 4 goals he scored 3,000 years ago for Dortmund against Real Madrid. It's 2020 right now, Lewandowski. You have to deliver me a CL, and this is the season to do it. From this and that 765, how can you call Greenwood a domestic merchant when he hasn't had a chance to play in Europe or a World Cup? It's true, but until he proves himself in Europe or World Cup, he is still a domestic merchant. So he cannot be compared with international caliber players. And that is not, being a system merchant or a domestic merchant is not an insult. It is a term of endearment, but it is what it is. A domestic merchant is a good thing. It means that you're quality domestically. LB, Bayern Munich, what do you think needs to happen with them and their dominance? And Lewandowski, does he deserve the Ballon d'Or? Or does he need to show up in the CL?
In terms of Bayern Munich's dominance, it doesn't surprise me that they've won the Bundesliga this season. And I know a lot of people are saying and suggesting that there should be a Super League with the top clubs from the leagues sort of put into the one competition, i.e. Bayern Munich, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona. But people are also forgetting that last season Bayern Munich were in trouble. There was a stage last season under the coaching of Niko Kovac where there was discussions about Bayern Munich perhaps losing the Bundesliga for the first time in a few years. So it's amazing how short people's memories can be. And Hansi Flick, what he's done to Bayern Munich hasn't really surprised me as well, because the connections that he would have had with a lot of the German players when he was the assistant coach in the 2014 World Cup has definitely sort of held him in good stead at Bayern Munich this season. So, yeah, I mean, they've just continued to dominate the Bundesliga. And, I mean, you can't really complain or even blame the players, the young German players, and their ambitions to in wanting to go and play for Bayern Munich. I.e. Mario Götze, Robert Lewandowski. I know he's not German; he's Polish. They wanted to go to Bayern Munich because of the club in which they are, not because of falling outs or fights or disputes that they've had with their former clubs in Dortmund. Bayern Munich, the best club in Germany. Obviously, players are going to want to go there, and they've got the money. As for Bayern Munich going on to win the Champions League with their current squad of players, I'm not going to jump the gun and say that they're going to play, either going to win the Champions League because of the signing of Leroy Sané, obviously quality player. The fact of the matter is Bayern Munich have dominated the Bundesliga over the last 10 years, but they've only won one Champions League. So they've either underachieved, they've dominated during a time when other teams have also done well. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool recently. So, I mean, they had to do it in the Champions League. I mean, otherwise, all these Bundesliga titles, of course, they're fantastic achievements, but what they want, and they've only won one Champions League in the last decade, 3 consecutive semi-finals under Pep, so they should have won more. It might sort of change with these new group of players, but I suppose we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay.
Lewandowski.
Oh yeah, Lewandowski.
Lewandowski. Look, top quality striker. He's always been one of my favourite strikers, but he just needs to do it in a semi-final or a final when he gets the opportunity. He's dominated the group stage. He's dominated Germany, Bundesliga, but he needs to do it. And he's had opportunities to do it in semi-finals. And I don't want to, hear this stuff about no serves, because he either, he just gets knocked off his feet so quickly and so easily, and he just needs to kick one goal in a semi-final and have that clutch moment. And I know he had that clutch moment at Dortmund, but look, that was 7 years ago now, and he needs to do it for Bayern Munich to prove himself. But apart from that, top quality striker, and I see him definitely going on to win the Ballon d'Or this season as well.
Okay. Rodney, the Bayern Munich Bundesliga situation, and where do you stand on Lewandowski's season? Do we need to wait for his performance in Orgreal?
On Lewandowski, I'd say that he's definitely like clear of a lot of strikers in Europe this season. I think what he's been doing this year is exceptional. And I think there's a reason why Bayern Munich are favourites for the Champions League, and it's largely because of him. And going on to like his move to Bayern Munich from Dortmund, I think with Bayern Munich, they've clearly got like the most financial power and also like cultural power within the Bundesliga, making them really attractive to all the star players there. So it's a thing of where they can pull you in with the money, but also the fact that they're the best team that are going to be competing at the highest level for like the top honors in Europe. I think that's where you have to look at the mentality of the player. Like you have to be able to go into those knockout stages and be able to excel also there as well. And the thing is, I was on Twitter. I didn't get to see the game against Bayer Leverkusen, but one of the goals Lewandowski scored outside the box, literally, it was a ball over the top, and the goalkeeper, it went straight in his hands, and literally he just spilled it into the net. And you're not going to get that. You see what I mean? You're not getting this in the Champions League. So when you're playing serious footballers, like we need to actually see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Curious. Buffon.
Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah. Oh
All
yeah, and
right.
also shout out Infinity Stones are Shaggy's kidneys, by the way,
Oh
and
my.
afternoon skills.
All right. Okay. Shout that boy. Wilton C. Bayern Munich, the whole Bundesliga situation, their dominance, and where do you stand on the whole Lewandowski thing?
All right, Bayern Munich, they're always gonna win the Bundesliga until the 50+1 rule is out of the whole thing. But the other thing too, no matter how those team in the Bundesliga build their team, Bayern just gonna let's say Bayern Leverkusen wins the Bundesliga next season. Bayern just gonna buy all their top tier best player and they're gonna leave. I don't blame them. Like Bayern is a really, really top 5 biggest club of all time. And the other thing too, money runs sport now. It's just how it is. If you don't have money, you won't be able to keep up or win any Champions League. Like we at that era now in football, you need money to win it. And Bayern have unlimited resources. They got the money, but we may say Bayern dominates the league, but we gotta give them props though. They really make a lot of smart investment. They're not like Real Madrid or Manchester City or PSG who spend like 100-200 million on one player. Like they actually buy the player by look at Alfonso Davies. I believe they bought him for like $14 million. Like, and look at him now. He's probably the best left back in the world right now, world football. And look at James and Coutinho. They could have easily bought Coutinho, but they were like, you know what? Let's just get this guy on loan from Barca. And James, like in 2018, I believe they made it to the Champions League semifinal with James. That was a good deal too, even though they didn't win it, but it was a good deal. But instead of Lewandowski is arguably the best number 9 in the world right now. The best. I think he's better than the Cannibal. The Cannibal is falling off. But look, you gotta give me that CL for me to put you as a horseman. I know you can't win the World Cup, you can't do that, but you gotta give me that CL. But the only way I see Lewandowski not winning the Ballon d'Or if he doesn't win Champions League, if Man City, Barca, PSG, if those 3 teams don't win it, he has a chance to win the Ballon d'Or because he's having a better season than Lionel Messi, who's usually the favorites to win it every year. That's my 2 cents on it.
So basically, just very quickly, Martin, no, you're not going to be giving a shout out. All right, Martin, you're not going to be giving a shout out because you're a hater. And until you apologize for the insults to my hairline and to Chelsea, you're not receiving any shout outs. And also, for people who are not in the know, StreamYard has a 10-member limit. So I'm sorry, it is full. And I can't kick out anyone here. So you have to just wait until there's a space opens up. But right now it is full and you just cannot wait until the space opens up because StreamYard has a 10-member maximum thing. I test, speak on Bayern, the Bundesliga, and Lewandowski's chances for Ballon d'Or. Go for it.
So for me, I'm hearing everyone speaking about how the Bundesliga can improve. Maybe letting in foreign owners buy the clubs. So many different suggestions. But I'm not interested in making the Bundesliga a better league, more competitive league, maybe giving Bayern Munich a challenge. I like the Bundesliga the way it is. Because Bundesliga for me is the feeder league. It's the scouting league. It's for me one of the best in the world for producing talents. And I'm not interested in watching Bundesliga for entertainment, for competition. I like the Bundesliga the way it is. I watch the Bundesliga to scout players. And if we let these billionaires buy these clubs in the Bundesliga, like Dortmund and RB Leipzig, where are all the big clubs in Europe going to get their young talents from? Bundesliga creates a lot of big young talents, and obviously German fans will probably want it to change. They want billionaires to come in, but I don't care about them. I care about my club. I care about the Champions League, the big boys in a Champions League, and where they're going to get their young talents from. And I want the Bundesliga to stay as it is because I want big young future young talents to be produced. And there's not many leagues doing it to the standards of the Bundesliga. So that's my take on that. And as for Lewandowski and the Ballon d'Or, for me, if you played Alfonso Davies as a striker, let's be honest, Bayern Munich still win the league. So I'm not disrespecting Lewandowski. I think he's a great striker, but let's talk about the impact on the team. For me, if there's anyone that's so far to that deserves the Ballon d'Or, it should be Benzema. What he has done for Real Madrid this season is unbelievable. For me, it's probably been his best season at Real Madrid, if we're
Wait.
being honest. As an individual,
Okay.
it's probably been his best season for Real Madrid. And if you take him out, Real Madrid never win the La Liga. Without Lewandowski, let's be real, Bayern Munich still win La Liga. However, we need to watch the Champions League first, because if Lewandowski turns up in the semi-finals, the quarterfinals, and the finals of the Champions League, then we'll have a discussion. But so far, I think Benzema deserves it more than him, in my opinion.
Okay. Remember, guys, like the vid. Take a moment. If you've not yet liked the vid, please hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Mr. Yasser Said, thoughts on Bayern Munich, Bundesliga, and Lewandowski? Should he be in the Ballon d'Or conversaciones with 50 G score? Was it 51 G score? Go for it.
Should he be in the conversation? Yes. Should he win it? Hell no. No way. I
51 goals. He's got 50.
you
That's a lot of goals. That's a lot of goals. That's a
okay.
That's a
But
lot
let's be real though.
Who should win it then?
That's the thing though. Like
no,
I
I said, should he be in the conversation?
yes, he should be in the conversation. That is for sure. I mean, the guy has scored like 51 goals. That's so crazy. Even if it's in the Bundesliga, that's still crazy. But at the end of the day, the way the Ballon d'Or works, for the people that don't know, is that if you don't have an impact in the Champions League and you don't win the Champions League, then Messi automatically wins it Ballon d'Or. That's just how it is, and it's written in stone. There's nothing anyone here can say and do about it. Moving on Bundesliga. Um, let's see. I don't know Bundesliga. I just feel like it's is like a inferiority complex. I just feel like the whole league, they should be investigated by FIFA or UEFA or a governing body, because I think there's a lot of corruption going on in that league. Because I feel like Bayern Munich pretty much owns all these, like they have to own all these leagues, because there's no way that it's possible that all these the best players all in the Bundesliga are all playing for, they're all somehow somewhere ended up at Bayern. Even Leroy Sané, he came from Schalke, literally moved to Man City, and now he's at Bayern Munich. How does that even happen? Who knows?
Money.
I mean, come on. I mean, like the let's be real. The only German guy that I 100% have so much respect to and I bow down to is Tony Cruz, because he looked at it as like, this is not football. I'm actually going to win something, do something with my career.
So come on. So you're not putting respect on Joshua Kimmich's name. Joshua Kimmich is one of the most versatile players in the world, man.
I mean, Joshua Kimmich could be as versatile as he wants, unless he gives me a CL, and unless Bayern Munich does something in the Champions League. I don't care. Like it's not. It's like Bayern Munich right now is literally literally saying they're pretty much like, if in terms of military, they're literally United States going to war with like an island. It's not. Come on, how is that fair? Like, you know what I mean? That's a massacre. It should be illegal, and it shouldn't happen, but it happens.
So just to round off, so do you believe that they should be one of the favorites for the Champions League, or we don't know until O'Grill arrives?
I don't think Bayern Munich being a favorite in the Champions League. Wow. Yes, because like you look at Real Madrid and you look at Real Madrid. There's a chance that they could get knocked out. I don't trust Man City. PSG will never win the Champions League. I mean,
Neymar's back.
I mean, Neymar was relevant only in Barcelona. He's not relevant in PSG. That guy retired. Ever since he moved to PSG, that guy retired. He's irrelevant. So yeah, Bayern Munich, yeah, they should be favored because, I mean, I can't lie. They're on good form. They're doing their thing and everything, and the top teams are not at the quality as they once were. I mean, there's no MSN and there's no I mean, Benzema's by himself. No, I mean, Man City. No. Yeah, Bayern Munich should be. I think Bayern Munich should be definitely be favorites. Oh,
Oh,
Atletico Madrid.
okay.
Don't hate on Atletico Madrid, guys.
No.
This might be the XC me on this season, man.
Relax. Okay. So before I come to Red Devil, shout out to all the mods out there. Shout out to the mods out there. I know you mods think that I hate on you. I only hate on you whenever you hate on my hairline and on specific things, but you're doing the Lord's work there. That mods. Shout out to your boys out there. Shout out to your boy Wes. Shout out to your boy Sergio. Shout out to your boy Martin, your boy Infinity, and any others who I forgot. Mods, get me those likes. Thank you. Shout out to all of you boys out there. So, Red Devil Studio, speak on Bayern, speak on the Bundesliga, and speak on Lewandowski. Does he deserve to be in the conversation, even though he's not yet said what's up in the CL?
Bayern Munich, man. I mean, it just epitomizes Bayern Munich when they obviously announced this week that they've signed Leroy Sané. Already, I'm just thinking, going into next season in the Bundesliga, that I already think Bayern Munich have won it. They've won it. They want to do. I mean, I ask everyone: does anyone generally think that Bayern Munich, short of an absolute tragedy or injury-ridden for whatever reason, maybe sickness or I don't know, whatever, are there people that think that Bayern Munich will not win the Bundesliga next season?
If there's an apocalypse,
They're winning it.
If there's the
I'm waiting
they'll
for
win
10
it.
in a row. 10 in a
That's
row.
another
It's easy.
coronavirus.
Man, easy.
You know what I mean? So like we're ready even before they
they're
kick
winning
the
it next.
ball.
Yeah, they're winning next season. We know this.
They need
Exactly.
10.
So it's with the signing of obviously signing stuff like that, they've got no doubt that they're winning Bundesliga. And I think that I think is an issue. The fact that there's no anticipation, the fact that there's no kind of the Serie A, I think, needs to come in the conversation as well. If anyone be thinking that Lazio are going to catch up with Juventus, just see what happened to AC Milan there. So, but the fact that we can go into a season and you're already thinking, right, this team has already won, is an indictment on that league. It's as simple as that. So we're not even thinking that Dortmund can even potentially challenge now. We thought maybe they might, but they can't. So that is a big problem, and I don't think that's necessarily Bayern's fault. But I think it's been mentioned on the show a few times before about the idea of TV distribution money, and how in the Premier League, obviously the TV the money is distributed somewhat fairly or evenly by the team. That's why like a lot of the lower teams still get quite a bit of a piece of the pie. But I don't think that's necessarily the case in the Bundesliga or in the Serie A. And so Bayern Munich, because obviously people want to watch Bayern Munich and Liga because we want to Madrid, Barcelona, they will get more of a chunk of the pie than some of the smaller teams. And for me, that's one of those big things that needs to change in terms of making the small team more competitive, is that at the very least, yes, Bayern Munich are a bigger brand than the other smaller teams, but at the very least when it comes to TV money, at least make it a bit fairer for some of the smaller teams, give them a bit more moolah, and then maybe they might be able to retain some of their players rather than having to sell them and be sell on clubs. I think what the other question was that, like, can they do it in the CL? Lewandowski, was that it?
Yeah. So basically, so he scored. Well, people have told me that this is based on the calendar year, but still, he's been one of the most impressive players this season. So should he be already in the Ballon d'Or conversation, or we need to wait to see what he does in the Champions League knockout before we put him in the conversation for Ballon d'Or?
I mean, I think there's no question that if Bayern Munich win the CL, he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. Will there be anyone that disagrees with that? If Bayern Munich win the CL and he scores, he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. He'll be in the Ballon d'Or. So I don't see any other team that has that. I mean, we will obviously remember what happened with like when Messi obviously won the Ballon d'Or when he didn't win the Champions League, but obviously he carried that Barcelona side to win it. He will definitely need to be in that conversation. He has to be in that conversation because of what he's done for Bayern Munich this season. Even though I still think that a Champions League solidifies that, he has to be in the conversation unless, PSG win it and Mbappe gets the goal. Then again, maybe you can make an argument. It's tough, but he at the very least, Lewandowski, with or without CL, has to be in the Ballon d'Or competition. I think that's perfectly reasonable.
But he shouldn't win it though. He shouldn't win
it. Wait, easy. Wait, let me just take the super chat. So, from Martin Rosario, who says, Ole will make Lampard his.
Can I talk about that? Can I talk about that? to talk about that. Like,
Martin, this is why I don't
let's be
shout
real.
about, and I take back all the nice things I said about you. So everything I said about you, Latin Lozario, were wrong. Latin Lozario learned to be a lot
Hey,
better.
can
And
I ask the question, HH, though? Like, if Oli does beat Lampard 4 times, what would you think?
Easy. Let me hit another switch chat from a boy just testing who says Bruno deserves the Ballon d'Or for his impact at United. Facts.
Facts.
Just
Facts.
What?
Facts.
testing, you're a
Facts.
you're a
It's
you're a
true.
psychopath for
No.
thinking
What?
that.
I agree.
He's not
I agree.
sniffing a Ballon d'Or
Relax.
because he's not done anything in a major competition. So please relax. I want to talk about my best friend, one of my heroes, a player that I look up to, and a player who I believe is one of the most game-changing revolutionaries in the whole world, is Cristiano Ronaldo.
The real Ronaldo. The real
Oh,
Ronaldo.
man.
Wait a
Here we
minute.
go.
Oh man.
Did I
Here
crack
we
a joke?
go.
Okay, thank
Here comes the dislikes.
you. I didn't crack a joke. So
Interesting.
someone sent me a clip of Cristiano scoring a free kick against one of the greatest teams in the world. I think this team have like 5 UCLs. Torino, who I think Torino, like they've got like 10 Serie A titles, 5 UCLs, and I think they are one of the greatest teams in the world. So it's going to pick against Torino. All I want to know is this: is how many tries has it been before he scored this free kick? That's what I want to know. And my thing is that people's standards are so low for this dude that I got literally about 20 tweets directed to me saying that show some respect for this man who is 35 years old. And also I was sent a thread about how he had this major knee injury, which is to explain for his decline and all this crap. So my thing here is this. I think we're having 44 tries. But your boy Wesley said 43 tries. So it took this guy over 40 tries. No one said anything. When he was hitting the wall, it was going to Venus and everything. No one said anything. But on his 45th try, he managed to finally get the ball in. People now say he's one of the GOATs and best free kick takers of all time. And this just shows the sadness and the pathetic nature of this dude's fanboys, that they will clutch at straws just to prop him up. But they will not
Who's had
say
the best season, Hazard or Ronaldo?
made a single goal in a World Cup knockouts game, and this guy abandoned his country in their time of need during a Euro final. So I wanna come to your boy Jamal here. Should we be praising what Cristiano is doing at 35? Or is this all irrelevant because he picked a super strong team in Juventus, which was a cowardly move? He didn't go to Ismail, he went to Juventus, so he went for the easy cowardly move, and we should only judge him based on the Champions League we should only judge him because he was in to bring Champions League for Juventus. Oh.
I don't understand why people are just getting so hype of a guy scoring a free kick. I mean, like, it had about 5 free kicks today. Come on, man. It's just these fanboys. These fanboys send you these things because they know you. They trigger you, HH. That's why they do this, because they know it triggers you. Don't study them. Tell their boy to do a step over and beat him man first. That's what they have to study about. The guy cannot dribble. And they always use the excuse, oh, he's 35. He's 35. So what? If he's 35, why they want a trophy for that? They want a CL for that, a World Cup? Let's do something in the CL, man. I don't have time for this, man. Let's do something in the CL, and then we talk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So from Jose, thank you for the super chat. Cristiano, 3rd top free kick scorers of all time, ahead of Messi. Thank you for that. He still doesn't have a World Cup, but please continue your dumbass Messi Cristiano agenda against 2 international flops. From Gatlock,
He's got a European Cup, man.
No. He didn't play the final, so it doesn't count. Gatlock says the dislikes finna rise. Barbers are available. HH. Gatlock, F you. From Sanmaya, so should we be making a big deal for Cristiano scoring a free kick against Torino at 35, or do we need to wait to see what he does in the Champions League?
I mean, we can still talk about him scoring goals in the Serie A. Like, let's not forget, Ronaldo is now 35. He's
What?
getting old. It's clear like he declined.
Go to
But it's
MLS.
normal because he's 35. Like what he's doing 35 is still quite impressive. And I don't even expect him to deliver UCL because like he's not getting any younger. He's already known for being one of the greatest UCL player of all time.
Greatest.
And he won the Euro 2016. He's already accomplished a lot of things. Like
International trophy.
doing a lot of he's won so many things. Like
The World Cup.
yeah. So I get he's playing for Juventus, but like as a 35-year-old, it's still not easy to consistently put up the amount of goals he's doing.
Okay.
You know Ibrahimovic is 38, right?
Wow, you're gonna compare Ibrahimovic to Cristiano Ronaldo? Shame on you.
Buffon,
Shame on you.
Wait. Okay. Samuel, speak on it. Samuel.
Again, I'm gonna be real with it. I am not a Cristiano hater. I actually preferred Cristiano Ronaldo over Messi. Not saying that Messi's better. Ronaldo's better than Chris. Sorry, I'm not saying that Ronaldo's better than Messi, but I just preferred him over time. Ronaldo has been one of the greatest players in our generation. Look at what he's done. But you Ronaldo fanboys are really getting me to start to hate Ronaldo, and it is getting me angry. You're clutching onto straws for a free kick that he probably took 200 tries to get in. He even said, I think in the interview, that he was losing confidence in his free kicks. That's how many times he was missing. I don't like it that Ronaldo was a great player. As I said, one of our greatest players in our generation of all time. However, he is on the decline. Just accept it. He's not one of the best. He's not top 5 in the world anymore. He went to Juventus to have a piggyback ride to the Champions League to make sure he can stay. He's like the greatest. He can do it anywhere. Listen,
come on. Come on.
Relax.
No. Let's be real. Let's be real.
He helped.
Hey, let him land. Let him land, man.
Let's be real. A piggyback ride, so he can score like one goal in the Champions League final, and then he says, "I've done it." No. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's on his last legs. He should have went to the MLS. He should have retired somewhere else. Yes, he's in great physical physique at his age. However, he needs to know when his time is gonna be up. Come on, Ronaldo fanboys, please just let it go. He's not.
I gotta respond to this, man. Come on, like professional.
All right.
Come on.
I've got a question.
LB.
Yeah. Samuel, what do you got to say to the Ronaldo fanboys, the girls, the Ronaldo fanboys, the ones, the females who are obsessed with Ronaldo?
Samuel?
I'm not gonna lie. If I say my response, they will call me sexist. So please, next question.
Oh, no judgment. Come on.
Oh no! Come on, go. Okay, let's not land Samuel. What was a hashtag me too. LB, go for it.
Okay. Look, I think Ronaldo, what he's doing at his age is, absolutely phenomenal. Not too many players can do that and achieve that. But, to go to Juventus at his age, and especially after achieving everything he has in the Champions League and, with United, with Real Madrid, the individual trophies and achievements, I think it's just greedy of him to do that. I think, he should have gone to, like the MLS or to one of those lower grade clubs, because he's won it all. There are more important things than Ronaldo and him these days. Obviously, as we discussed earlier today, Mbappe, an up and coming talent. So I think it's just a case of Ronaldo being a little bit too greedy, going to the biggest club in Italy, in Juventus, and wanting to win more titles, and especially given after he's won quite a bit. I think it's fair for me to say that, yeah, he is quite greedy.
No.
This Ronaldo slate, man.
Wait.
Jeez.
Let me.
Big time.
Red
Big
Devil will
time.
get you. We'll get you. Relax. We'll get. Yes, he will get you. So from the Ponderer, he says Sammy last 17 league games equals 23 goals, 6 assists.
That's not true.
This guy is playing in the Serie A. What do you expect?
Look. I mean.
And Lewandowski's playing in the Bundesliga. Like, but we've just been talking about Lewandowski, haven't we?
Okay. Look, we'll get to chill. Okay. So Roy Gatlock says, no lie, happy this isn't the Sunday Hangouts topic. Shout out to FG. Gatlock, I'm gonna ban you from the Sunday Hangouts if you're not respectful. So you're treading on them thin ice. Rodney, go for it. Speak on it.
Yeah, I definitely view Ronaldo as one of the best players you've ever seen. But I'm looking at him now and I'm just thinking, this isn't the same person to me as when he was at like Man United or like the kind of like early to mid years at Real Madrid. I think like the knee issues obviously caught up to him, and father time's undefeated, as they say. So I think his ability in terms of goal scoring at this age is exceptional. But then I think you could say the same about some other strikers that wouldn't necessarily get the headlines. I mean, Aubameyang's like 31, scoring at like an insane rate. I wouldn't put him as like he's not someone that I would look at like his overall game and be needing to compare him to people like Messi and so on, who is like phenomenal. So I think honestly with Ronaldo, his goal scoring record is incredible. The actual play that I'm seeing from him is kind of average. There's some games where I'm looking at him, I'm like, you're on the ropes. Like you look fully on the ropes. Like him trying to do step overs in the box, and the ball's just going to the other team. So I think that his overall game isn't really what it used to be, but he's definitely still someone that can contribute to Juve pushing in the Champions League. But at the same time, he has to address the fact that he's currently 1-0 down to Lyon. And that team is literally, I think, like, not even in the Champions League places at the moment.
That's the real. Okay, that is August is where it goes down. All this is just
exactly
where it goes down.
Yeah, man. So that's kind of overall my thing on it. Great goal scorer in kind of like his 30s. I think he was a much better player when he was younger, but I don't really think he's the same level of player that he was back in the day, personally. Also, shout out Splashnet, apparently.
Okay. From Vilton Seaman, thoughts on this, man? Am I being too mean to Cristiano? Should I appreciate a living modern goat? Is there something I'm missing? Am I just a useless bold hater?
Cristiano, to me, if I were to make a list, he can't be top 5 greatest player of all time for me. I'm sorry. For all you Cristiano Ronaldo fanboys out here, he never won a World Cup. I'm sorry. He didn't. Besides the hat trick at the Spain, he didn't do anything. And it took the guy over 300 tries to score 1 free kick goal. Wow. He's the GOAT. Congratulations. And the
Has
other
Messi won a World Cup?
He needs that World Cup. I'm sorry. He needs that World Cup. If Diego Maradona can do it, so can he. To me, Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest goal scorer I've ever seen in my life. In my lifetime, he's probably the greatest goal scorer I've ever seen. But there's no way you guys can tell me Cristiano is a better footballer than Lionel Messi. It's not even close. It's not close. I'm sorry, Cristiano fanboy. He's declining. He should go to MLS now. I don't care if he wins Serie A. Juve didn't need him to win Serie A. Like they could have won it without him. They bought him for the Champions League. If he breaks the Serie A goal score record, I might give him a little props. If he gets that 37G, I might. But you gotta give me that seal. I don't care about you winning. And you play for Juve. How about you try go winning a championship with Napoli? You play for Juve. It's not a big deal. I'm sorry. Like you let Mbappe, a 19-year-old kid, win a World Cup before you, And that's not even Mbappe World Cup, man. Mbappe World Cup
Yeah,
is in
but come on.
2020.
Yeah, but oh no, come on. The
Wait, wait,
team that
wait. Let him
Mbappe,
land. Let him land. Let him
come on,
land.
like
Let
the
him
team
land.
that
He's speaking
Mbappe is playing. Okay, go
And
Wilton,
please
Wilton.
don't use that excuse. Mbappe has a better team around him. Go look at that 1986 Argentina team. Please go look at that Argentina team and tell me if
What?
Maradona had world class talent around him to win that World Cup.
We're
Maradona
talking
just had a game plan to win the World
different
Cup, and he did
time
it.
periods,
Good
man.
man.
Come
Let
on.
him land, man. Let Wilton land. Red Devil, you will have your time. You will have your time. Wilton, please finish.
Yeah, to me, Cristiano is the greatest goal scorer I've ever seen in my life. He's not better than Lionel Messi at football. I don't care if you're a diehard Cristiano Ronaldo fan, but there's no way. Don't insult my intelligence. He's not a better footballer than Lionel Messi. Messi passes better, dribbles better, impact the game 90 minutes. Cristiano is just there to score goals. Take his goal scoring away. What else can he
Okay.
provide you?
Okay.
Hitting the wall?
Yes, it's Said, man. Speak on it, bro. Speak on it.
All right. So I don't understand that. See, the thing is, this is people got to be honest with themselves. Like a lot of you guys are speaking the fact that you guys are Messi fans, and then you guys are just bashing on Ronaldo. Cause that's the only.
I'm not a Messi fan. I'm not a Messi.
They
I'm
are.
not
All
a
right,
They
Messi
are.
fan.
can
Come
I
on.
land? Can I land? Can I land? Can I land? Can I land?
Oh my
Can
word.
I just land, guys? Let me finish, please. All right. Because at the end of the day, I don't hear this about Messi. I don't hear the fact. I don't hear the criticism about Messi. All I
Because
hear
we're
about
talking
criticism.
about Cristiano right now.
No,
That's
I'm just saying. Every time Cristiano does something and people praise him for it, everyone has something to say. But then every time that Messi, every time it's oh Messi's by himself. Oh, Messi doesn't have a team around him. Oh, you guys are blaming Cristiano for going to Juventus. This guy Messi has spent all his career at Barcelona. He has never left.
and
Come
he's
on.
still carrying them right now too.
He
He's a
still
better
carries him to
footballer than
what?
Cristiano.
He's carrying him to what? To what? A La Liga title? Ha. Okay, next year
What's
maybe.
Ronaldo carrying
Anyways,
Juventus to?
Yes, sir. You're arguing
wait,
with
time,
passion.
time, time,
Yes,
time,
sir.
time, time,
No,
time.
look,
Hold
look,
on, hold
look.
on,
And
whoa,
Yes,
please
whoa, whoa,
stop calling
wait,
yes,
him
wait,
yes,
Ronaldo.
wait,
There's
yes,
wait,
only
wait,
one
wait, wait, wait,
Ronaldo.
wait,
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no. Said,
Let
please.
Yasser land, man. Come on.
Please speak on
wait, wait, wait,
Cristiano.
wait, wait.
Do you believe that we are being too harsh? Do you believe that we should be
110%.
appreciative of what he's doing as 35, or do you believe that we should wait until he does something in Europe, which is what he was brought to Juve for?
Listen, this guy is a legend. This guy is one of the goats. And at the end of the day, he should be treated and respected as that. And you guys are being very disrespectful. Like this guy has like, look how many he gave us so many years in the football games. He gave us 5 Champions League titles.
At the
He gave
club
us a
level.
he gave us a Euros. I don't care what anyone says. That
He
was
wasn't
Ronaldo's
there in the
Portugal team.
final.
I don't care. He carried that Portugal team to the finals. Even if he didn't play him, that was his finals. There's a reason why the Portugal built a statue for this guy. Let's be real, guys. You guys are just being haters and you guys are being harsh. And HH, let me just say something.
I'm not having
Every
this with
time, every time Hazard breathes, oh my God,
Yeah, yeah,
God,
yeah, yeah.
Hazard,
True.
oh my
Relax,
God,
relax, relax,
Hazard,
relax.
oh
We're
my
not
God,
talking
Wait,
about
wait,
that.
Hazard.
wait, wait, wait.
Every
Relax,
time he
relax,
No, no,
relax.
breathes,
no, 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 no. That's not fair. Who is currently under review? Eden Hazard.
okay, yeah,
So
you're
let's
He's
right.
being class B.
keep it real.
But all I'm saying is, I mean, this guy scored a free kick. It was a good free kick. I mean,
After 300 tries.
but that's another free kick that he scored. He's still scoring goals. Come on, like at he's 35 years old. He's still scoring goals.
No, no, no,
I
no, no, no,
mean,
no. But yes, the point we're making is that, as someone said in the live chat, um, Alaba scored a very good free kick as well in a final. So
Sergio
while
Ramos too.
and also we have to take this into context, is because so we will ignore the 45 that he missed, but we're just going to praise the one that he scored after fading 44 times. That's the issue, is that people are blowing things out of proportion. Because yes, he's got to go be scoring a goal for Juve side who already won 7 times before you, and Torino, who I don't think they've ever beaten you Juventus ever in a derby game.
no, I hear you, HH. I hear you, HH, and I don't even disagree with you. But then my problem is that you guys, yes, people might go overboard. People might go all that because when you see a player like Cristiano Ronaldo and he gives so much to the game, and he has provided day in and day out. He is awarded that praise when he does something great at 35 years old. He has earned the right to. So I don't understand. Like, you guys are acting like Cristiano Ronaldo is a bum, has always been a bum. He's been overrated his whole career. This
Yeah,
guy won. This guy has
international level, he's a
he.
bum.
This guy has more Champions League titles than Leo Messi.
How many
I don't.
World Cups?
Messi
I,
hasn't
let me
been
many
to a
World Cups?
CL final for 5-6 years, yet no one talks about that.
How many World Cups?
Okay, let me.
Guys in here. So, guys, round up because we have no other topics to
Yeah.
go through. So, I test really briefly. Should Cristiano be praised on his free kick against Torino, or should we wait until he does something in the CL?
So first of all, I want to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and free kicks. For me, that's the most overrated thing I've ever heard in my life, because a lot of people, Ronaldo fanboys, want to talk about, oh, look how many free kicks Cristiano Ronaldo scored. Look at the numbers, but please, I beg you, bring me the free kick per goal ratio. Bring me that. If you take every single free kick, you're gonna score some, no matter what. And I'm not gonna lie, when it does come off, it looks good. But how often does it come off? So, if my nan, if she took every single free kick for Juventus, at least 2 toes, 2 on the right and did toenails, score some free kicks. If you take every single one, you're gonna address. He didn't do it in Syria.
Breaking up. I don't know if your mic is breaking up. So wait, so trying to fix your mic. And before I come to Red Devil today, I'm missing some super chats here. So let me hit some super chats. So from Just Best and says that Cristiano is EPL, Syria, and CL GOAT. Show some respect. Where is his World Cup? Where was he in the final for the Euros? Real deal. At 31, Cristiano scored 51 goals, and he's not Aubameyang. Shakes my head. Still no World Cup. Was nowhere in the Euro final. Real deal again. 2016 and 2017 Ballon d'Or winner at 32 and 33. Ballon d'Or is a popularity award, whereas the World Cup was missing in the Euro final. Real deal again. Over 30. 3 CLs, Euros, and Nations League. Nations League is an irrelevant tournament. He was missing in the Euro final because Eden Pepe had to help him win that title. And I've already said that he's a Champions League legend, 100%.
Hello.
From Grell Sogren, Cristiano GOAT, 35-year-old in football history. You can't be a GOAT without winning the World Cup. Give me a goal in the World Cup knockouts game. Red Devil Studio, please speak on your man, Cristiano.
Okay. First things first, I'm going to actually start with a sensible comment. It is actually possible, just in case people aren't aware, it is possible to actually think that Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi are 2 of the greatest players that have played football. It is possible to have that opinion. You know, you don't have to be Messi or Ronaldo or something like that. It is possible to respect that these 2 players in different ways are some of the most talented players that this generation has produced. So I've never quite understood why you have to be in one camp or the other. And if I'm or anyone spoke about Cristiano Ronaldo, that automatically means they're disrespecting Messi or the other way around. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It should be reasonable to accept that those 2 players in different ways can have been quite quality. Now, getting on to Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, to be honest, I didn't even know that people were gassing this free kick until people who criticized Ronaldo were saying it. Like, I was like, oh yeah, okay, fine. Juventus scored, Ronaldo got a goal, fair enough. And then suddenly, people who seem to criticize Ronaldo, like, why are people talking about Ronaldo scoring this free kick? And then I went into, I looked at the free kick, and I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. I don't think any reasonable football fan is saying that Cristiano Ronaldo is as good playing now as he was at Manchester United. I don't think Yassi is saying that. I don't think any in quote Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy is saying that he is as good as he was at Cristiano. And I would be reasonable to say that in terms of forward and finish and stuff like that, that he's not in the best top 5 in the world. I can certainly agree with that. There are much better players right now in that position right now. But that does not does obviously not discount or discredit, because I hear a lot of people saying he should have just retired and gone to MLS, etc. Why? If he is a player, and that's one reason why we like Cristiano Ronaldo, is that he's not the kind of, you know what, I'm just gonna go, I've done my time, I'm just gonna go and just make money at the MLS and just do whatever. Like, when you love the game and you want to play at the highest level, when you want to challenge yourself, irrespective of how your body is, you know, and push yourself. And yes, maybe in 2 years he might go to MLS, but it's a testament to his character and his person. It's not just, oh, I'm going so I can be lazy. Like, what, he's the second highest scorer in the Serie A right now, and he's lazy being at Juventus. Like, what the, you don't just get carried and you're the second highest goal scorer in the Serie A. And by the way, we're talking about CL stuff. Let's not forget the hat trick he scored against Atletico Madrid, against Juventus last season. You know, let's be real. And although I respect Messi, and you know, I love Messi, no one seems to bring up the fact that he hasn't carried Barcelona to a CL final in 5 or 6 years. No one mentions that.
No, we read about.
They just talk about his.
This has nothing to do with Messi. This has nothing to do with Messi.
I'm just saying.
Look, it's just.
I'm just saying. What I'm just saying, AJ, just that we're talking. A lot of people brought up, why is he doing in the CL? He's got to deliver. Basically, we're saying Cristiano Ronaldo has to deliver Juventus the CL for him to basically be relevant. And yet, what I'm trying to say is that, like, but Messi hasn't. I don't like making the comparison. I'm just saying that, like, he hasn't carried Barcelona to a Champions League for 5 to 6 years, and that marker is not used as a criticism for Messi. But we can see that Cristiano Ronaldo is contributing to this Juventus side. Is it the same capacity as it was in Madrid and Man City? Absolutely not. It's not. You know, but I don't think we should criticize him for wanting to continue to challenge himself at the highest level, to push himself, and then when his body packs in, and when he feels like he can't, you know, and he makes that decision, then fair enough, we respect him. We shouldn't discredit the fact that he's gone to Juventus and he's just playing around or something. I don't think when you see Cristiano Ronaldo training and stuff like that, he's training like he wants to win, he wants to perform, like he takes care of his body because he wants to perform at the highest level. He's not just there for a paycheck, as some people are making out. You know, so that's my piece. All I'm just saying is that, like, at the end of the day, with all being said, we can respect Messi and respect Cristiano Ronaldo without disrespecting either one, and we can appreciate them.
No, basically, my thing, just to end on this, there is no disrespect I have towards Cristiano, and the point I was making is, I don't give a damn. Maybe my standards may be different. I don't care what he does at 35, 36, or 37 in his era. It's irrelevant to me. What will take notice is if he leads Juventus to a Champions League, I will set out a video and say, you, my friend, you are in a very special category. So I'm only going to judge him by...
My answer to that question, no,
I will only judge him if he leads Juventus to a CL. He can win as many Serie A's. He can even score 60 goals next season in Serie A. It will mean zero to me because maybe that's your low standards you have for, oh, look how many goals he's scoring as a 37, 80-year-old. For me, it's irrelevant. It's all nonsense. You literally just win the Champions League. Either you win the Champions League or this move would have been a failure. And that's my standard for it.
But literally 5 minutes ago, we were literally talking about Lewandowski doing his bits in the Bundesliga. So we're going to then, as I said, applying the same standard. So if Lewandowski, let's say Chelsea,
wait, Red Devil. I didn't give my answer because if people had, because I was presented the question. If you said to me, I would say, Lewandowski, it's cool what you've done. You need to show up in the Champions League.
That's what I said.
I just feel like if for Bayern Munich, it is too easy for them. So I'll give you credit for what you've done because it is still amazing. But no, Lewandowski, I'm raising the stakes for you. I'm raising the standards.
Okay.
Show up in the Champions League.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. As long as it's the same standard, then that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
So from your boy Young One, thank you for the super chat, Young One. Now, HH, when Messi is getting praise, Cristiano gets slandered, especially by you. Be less unbiased, bro. It was a good goal. That hasn't done ish with Madrid.
Can I say something?
Okay, let me just say this again, and then we're going to move on. It was a good free kick against Torino. He plays for Juventus. Torino are Juventus's side piece. They haven't sniffed Juventus for ever. So again, my standards are high. It's cool free kick. I don't give a damn. I'm building up to August or Grill, because come August, that is where it will now be, Josh. All this stuff are for you people who your standards are low, where any little bit of stuff you go crazy. That's so cool. My standards are high. I'm about the highest stakes, the biggest games, high degree of difficulty where it counts. A game against Torino is irrelevant to me. Anything else against irrelevant to you, Torino is irrelevant because it's flipping Torino. That's what I'm saying. Raise your standards higher. This is maybe a quick fire thing, just real quick before we go to another major topic, which is we have to touch on Spain. So Arsenal beats Wolves 2-0. Now, on this platform, we have been extremely disrespectful to Arsenal and Arsenal, and Jamal especially has been exceptionally rude to Arsenal, very rude indeed, with some of the most shocking things I've ever heard. And my ears are still reeling from some of the insults he made towards Arsenal Football Club. So, with Arsenal, who many people thought would have lost to Wolves, 2-0 win away from home, do we owe Arsenal an apology? Jamal, do we owe Arsenal an apology? Yes or no?
No. I watched the game. I'll give them kudos for beating Wolves today. They get lucky. But no, we can't give Arsenal no credit for beating Wolves. Come on. They're celebrating it like they win the title. Them fans are the same fans saying, oh, Liverpool shouldn't celebrate the title. They shouldn't do this and that. And I went on my Twitter today and everybody's saying, oh, we beat Wolves, we this, that. Guys, it's just Wolves. Chill. I don't know what to Arsenal fans, man. I don't like the club. I don't like the team. And the fans get overhyped.
Okay, so Jamal, you're not going to give them credits for winning 2-0 against Wolves?
No. They're going to lose to Leicester next week. And they're going to lose to Tottenham the week after. And they're going to finish 7th. Mark my words. Arsenal are going to finish 7th. They are not sniffing European League and they are not sniffing this year places. They are irrelevant in 2020.
Okay.
Oh.
Sanmaya, do we owe Arsenal an apology for their win against Wolves? Or do you still think Arsenal are finished as a club for at least the next 5 years?
Arsenal under Arteta has been a lot better than Arsenal under Unai Emery. I think this is a rebuild for Arsenal. Like they're gonna take quite a long time to challenge for the Premier League, but at least their performance under Arteta is a step in the right direction, and I think they should just give them time and give Arteta some time and just let him fix this rebuild.
Okay, Samuel.
I don't know if you know what? I'll give Arsenal their credit. They've got, I think, 4 wins in a row, so they hit a little bit of form after what we said in that hangout. Basically brutalizing and crucifying Arsenal. I think they should have a little bit of respect for getting 4 wins in a row. However, with me, I've got standards. I do not care if you beat Southampton, Norwich, Sheffield United, and Wolves. If you're supposed to be a big club, you should be doing that in the first place. So if I'm going to congratulate them, I'm congratulating them in the sense that they're a mid-table team, not in the sense that they're a big club. If Arsenal are a big team, I can't congratulate them for that.
So, but the fact of the matter is that we have praised Wolves as being one of the best performers this season. And let's keep it real. Before this game, many people thought Arsenal would lose. So shouldn't we give them at least a slight apology? Or you think that, as you say, their standards should be higher than beating Wolves?
The only... If we go back to that hangout, when I was speaking, the reason why I was slandering Arsenal was because of their expectations for the past couple of years. Their expectations and where they are as a club does not match. So for me to be giving them an apology just because they had 4 game wins in a row against Sheffield United, Norwich, Wolves, and I can't remember the other team, hell no. You don't deserve that. If you have like I'll say like a 8 wins in a row and 10 wins in a row, then I can say, okay, I apologize. You're showing me something which I didn't see before. But yeah, my expectations are too high if I'm going to call Arsenal a big club. I'm not apologizing.
Okay. LB, Arsenal, speak on it.
Yeah, quite similar. Look, you got to give them credit where it's due, being able to win 3-4 games in a row now. Give them credit in the sense that they were able to win some games, but in terms of an apology, based on what we said and how we sort of crucified Arsenal in that hangout about a month ago, I think a lot of people were saying that.
No, we were very brutal. Very brutal.
Very brutal, yeah. I think a lot of people were saying, or were not saying, that they were going to win games, but they were saying that they were going to miss out on the top 4, going to not play in the UEFA Champions League for 6 to 8 years. Getting to the top 4, then I might apologise to Arsenal Football Club, the fans. Until then, yeah, I'm not apologising, unfortunately.
Okay. So Rodney, I know this is very personal to you. I know this is very deep to you, and I know that you are a hardcore Arsenal fan, and I know that it was Arsene Wenger who delivered you as a baby when you were born, and so which is why, like, I think it's like your middle name is Wenger, isn't it? So Rodney, do you feel that, first of all, brief thoughts on the performance and the winner over Wolves, and do you think that people owe Arsenal and Arteta an apology? And you know what, maybe Arsenal could still surprise some people this season, or you think that they deserve all the insults and slander they've received?
Listen, HH, listen. This is the only thing I'm saying. Like, if all you take from what I'm about to say here is just respect Mikel Arteta, because I've literally come into this hangout several times, and we're just being slandered. We're being slandered. Like, me, our Modest, I think AJ, we're just lambs to the slaughter to these people because we're coming in. And I think it was even the other day when there was a stream about Osimhen going to Napoli. You even said, HH, that Arsenal Football Club is not a step up from Lille. Lille. You have Lil Wayne, Lil Uzi Vert, then Lille FC, and you're saying Arsenal Football Club is not a step up from that. Like, this stuff is ridiculous. Like, under Mikel Arteta, Arsenal have lost 4 games in all competitions, 4 games, and 5 draws. And 2 of those draws were with 10 men away from home at Crystal Palace and Chelsea. So my thing is, like, the team is clearly in a rebuild stage, and clearly we're not where we want to be in the future. But you have to acknowledge that the expectations are low for this season, but they're high for the future because we have a manager who's literally working with scraps. And this is your thing,
Okay, Rodney. Do you easy? So, Rodney, do you believe that Arteta is the right man to take Arsenal to the very top? As I said, Lampard is not the right man to take Chelsea to a treble. So, for Arsenal to go to the very top, do you still believe Arteta is the right man, but he just needs backing, or you need a far better, more experienced manager?
I like Arteta, and he was the manager that I actually wanted after Emery left. I wanted him because I felt like he understood the club's values, and I feel like if the competition right now is Frank Lampard, a finished Jose Mourinho, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Easy,
Rodney.
No.
Let me say.
No. Just 20. He won the treble in 2010. But continue.
Okay, but this is the thing I'm saying. Like, you're giving Mourinho excuses because of the team he has, when literally I've seen the Brick Academy. I checked today. Shaq is in there.
How is a treble an excuse? Please go.
No, listen, HH. You have Shaq in the Brick Academy. Is that not correct? You have Mustafi in the Brick Academy. You have David Luiz in the Brick Academy. All of these people played today, and we won away against Wolves. Like, that was a serious performance. And for me, what I'm seeing is, initially in that Man City game, he tried to match them with the 4-3-3, and it didn't work. in the last few games, he's gone to 3 at the back, 4 in the midfield and 3 up front. And that's actually led to a lot of the better performances. And I was worried because he had Kolasinac as like the left-sided centre-back. But his system is he wants to have balance across the team with right fielders on one side, left fielders on the other side. And I think what we're seeing here is a structure, like a discipline. And the players know exactly what they're being told to do from the training ground. And in games, when you're seeing, like in that game, Wolves started to get a lot more of the possession. And they looked like they were going to have some chances. Adama Traore missed an opportunity they probably should have scored over Emi Martinez. But the reaction from that to bring Willock on, as he's been doing the last few games, and then almost go to like 3-5-2 in defense and have that extra man in midfield, it's been working. And Sheffield United, we've won away. Southampton, we've won away. Wolves, we've won away. And if we were having this conversation like a month ago, no one would say that Arsenal would go away to these teams and only concede 1 goal as well.
Wait.
And literally working.
Can you repeat that for him?
No. Jamal. And can I just say, is Jamal supposed to be some kind of comedian? Like, is he?
No. Jamal is a lovely Liverpool fan from the lovely island of Trinidad.
No wonder.
Okay, but this is the thing. Like, literally, when Klopp came to Liverpool, I didn't expect him to suddenly take Liverpool after 21 games to like the pinnacle of English football. Like, you're all judging Mikel Arteta and what he's supposed to do in the long run in this short period, when he's literally, as I said, that back line was Kolasinac, Luiz, Mustafi, and the second choice goalkeeper, and Xhaka, Ceballos, some guy from the streets of Madrid, literally dragged in on loan this season, and that's the performance that we gave. And another big issue that we had was scoring goals from midfield. We've had goals from Xhaka, Ceballos, and Willock in the last 3 games. Like, on top of that, Gabriel Martinelli signed a new deal, Saka signed a new deal. There's rumors about Aubameyang signing a new deal, and I'm not trying to go above and beyond like where we are at the moment, but I think this is like a really good.
Okay.
This is a really good position to be in for what we are right now. And I think in the summer, if we're able to bring in serious players for what I believe could be a serious manager, we could be a lot better next season than we've been this year. Because you've got to remember, like, defensively, the team actually isn't that bad. They've conceded less goals than Chelsea. And when you actually look at the losses overall this season, they haven't actually lost that many games. They're just not turning draws into wins. So I believe with better players, if we can do that next season, we can solidify ourselves in the top 6, push into the top 4, and then eventually challenge with the teams above us in Chelsea and Man United, who I believe we have better managers.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Keep it brief because we're on time here. So Wilton C, Arsenal. Do they owe them an apology? Yes or no?
Yeah. Well, did we really owe we had nothing to really say about Arsenal? Because right now we keep on saying like Arsenal have standard. Like, they don't have any standards right now. They're like a kind of top 6 mid-table team right now. So 2 back-to-back clean sheet game. It's a big win for them. Like, let them celebrate it. I'm not saying Arteta. I don't know if Arteta is the right guy or not, but I would give him one more season. Like Klopp didn't just come to Liverpool his first season and turn it around. Like, you gotta give Arteta at least 1 more or 2 more season and see what he does with the club. Like, but let Arsenal enjoy it. Let them enjoy it, like, right now. Like, come on, you guys keep on slandering Arsenal. They don't have any standard at the moment. The last time they won a Premier League was in 2004. So they're in a rebuilding process. Liverpool had to do the same thing. Like, Liverpool didn't win a major trophy till 2005 until they finally won the Champions League. So, like, Arsenal don't really have a high standard right now. So that's why I think it's a really impressive win, especially Wolf. We were talking about Wolf making top 4 this season. So, and Sheffield United too, we were talking about making him top 4. So we got to give him credit where it's due. 2 back-to-back clean sheet. They're looking better defensively. David Luiz playing less than a break. Yeah, like, give Arsenal the credit, man. Stop hating on them, man. Liverpool had to wait 30 years for a trophy. Like, let them be, man. Damn.
Okay. So before I come to Plastic Fan, from your boy Bricklock. So Bricklock says, isn't Smooth's treble older than Lewandowski's 4Gs? Well, Lewandowski's 4G, I believe it was in the 2013 thingy. Smooth was in 2010, but this is what you need to understand, Brick Lock. A treble never ages. A treble. Did you hear what I said? A treble never ages. The moment that Mourinho won a treble with Inter Milan and he guided FC Porto with scraps to a CL, he became one of the greatest managers of all time. So Mourinho can fail as much as he wants. He's already cemented as one of the GOATs. Because how many managers can you tell me that have won a CL with two different teams, one of which was a scrap heap known as FC Porto? Plastic fan.
HH, just very quickly on that one, very quickly. Luis Enrique won a treble with Barcelona in 2014-15. Yet no one talks about his achievement and what he was able to do with Barcelona. Why do you think that is?
Look, man, I will allow the live chats to connect those pieces, man. Allow them to connect those dots. Plastic fan, speak on it. Be brief. Arsenal. Do we owe them an apology after their win over Wolves?
I have seen this story many times. Do you know what Arsenal fans are thinking right now? They're like, oh yeah, oh my god, straight back. Invincibles, baby. We're gonna win the league next year. Oh yes. The next game, they get delivered. And they'll be like, oh, Arsenal suck. Oh no, Arteta. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh yes, Arteta's the best manager in the world. So like the bottom line is they get back kissed. So like I don't even see what's the point of even praising them. Like I know for a fact that they're gonna lose in the next game. So like why waste my effort in saying like, oh yeah, congratulations Arsenal. You defeated the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yay. So like I'm saying like it's like I'm wasting my effort, dude. Like I know what's gonna happen. Like we all know what's gonna happen, but trust me, they're gonna lose the next game or two and we will be back to square one. Like, okay, Arsenal, what's wrong with Arsenal? Do they need a rebuild? Like I've seen the story play out so many times, dude. I'm telling you this. Nothing changes, bro. Arsenal are still shit. Like that's the bottom line. Because plastic fans said so.
Wow. Okay. Red Devil, do you have a slightly more respectful way of dealing with Arsenal? Should we give them some love? End with something positive, Red Devil, please.
I will, because I think I put my joke out about seagulls and Swedish meatballs, earlier about regarding Arsenal Football Club, and that obviously, but I think that's going to be possible. I think if you look at the next, what I would say, okay, is that if you look at Arsenal's next couple of games and the fixtures, they have, if I got it, yeah, okay, they have Leicester, then they're away to Spurs, then they have Liverpool, and then they have Man City in the semi-final FA Cup. Now, let's be reasonable. If Arsenal somehow win all those games, then you do have to start taking them a bit seriously. You do, because all those four teams are like our top teams, and we should be, supporting Arteta. So it's been said multiple times, that a lot of the Arsenal's issues are above the level of the playing field. It is in the board, Stan Kroenke, how he does things, etc., and it's no coincidence that Liverpool winning the league also is tied towards their how they've been run as a club. I don't think you should ever separate that, and just getting in different managers over and over and over again will not necessarily change that unless you sort of get lucky. But at the end of the day, as I think Rodney has correctly articulated, like they are clearly in the midst of a rebuild. I don't think they should get overhyped over gas, but there are clearly quality players in this Arsenal side, like the Martinelli, obviously Aubameyang still firing, and the Saka kid. And by the way, HH, on the side, Saka is Nigerian. He can play for the Nigerian national team. Please give him a call. Please give him a call. We need him playing for Nigeria.
Yeah, no, look, it will be handled. It will be handled because that boy is looking good. He's looking very good.
Yes,
Saka, don't disrespect the homeland.
Yes. So please do that. If there's one going to take one, please can Saka please play for Nigeria. But it's this Arsenal side has potential. Now, we'll make up Arteta. Whether he'll do it will remain to be seen. The only concerning thing, I guess, to me is if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm a Spurs fan, because let's be honest, the real question should not be, is Arteta not the right manager for Arsenal? The real question should be, is Jose Mourinho finished as a top quality manager? That should be the real question. So because that Sheffield United loss, against just as embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. But anyway, the unfortunate picture with Arsenal and Spurs that because of this whole COVID situation, lost of money, etc. I don't see Arsenal and Spurs in the summer transfer really strengthening their side. And if anything, all they're really going to do is sign the players that they have on long-term contracts, like Saka and Martinelli and potentially Aubameyang. So if Arsenal have the potential to be better, but I just think that because of lack of money and also more management, they are just going to struggle. And I don't think that's necessarily on Arteta and the players. That's just a structural system that is on Arsenal Football Club right now. And until they get new owners and until we sort of get out of this sort of crisis, I just don't see them sort of progressing that much further. But who knows? They win the next 4 games. Who knows?
Okay. So to round things off, we're gonna go to Spain. Now look, people call me crazy because I still believe Barcelona might still witness La Liga. It's looking sketchy. It's looking very tricky right now because Real Madrid, they're 4 points clear. They've got winnable fixtures, and Barcelona still have to. I think this is Barcelona's last tough fixture, which is, of course, against Villarreal away from the crib. But I want to talk about the Messi situation that is happening. And because I think that's a better situation, because I think that's a topic that I don't think will age rather than who do you think will win. So Messi, so Gemi Balage was had like this kind of expose, and I don't know, I don't want to read all the details, but pretty much was about Messi doesn't run the club, he doesn't go through transfers and so forth, and he's tired of him being made to be the guy who runs the club, and that's been the running narrative that, bro, it's Barcelona. So we've heard that he has stalled on contract talks, and the contract runs out in 2021. And you know how the game goes. You do not want to lose a prized asset for free. So if come January he still doesn't want to sign a contract, we could potentially see one of the biggest transfers in football history happen. So the question here is, do you see Messi? And this is something that I don't think would ever happen, because I said Messi only leaves to retire for his last year at Newell's Old Boys, similar to what the King Robin is doing with Groningen. So the question here is, do you see Messi leaving Barcelona for another top-tier club like a Man City or Juventus? Or do you think, we've been here before, we've crossed this bridge, they will somehow sort things out? Or maybe this is like, this is the end of this Barcelona era, and it's really the end of something that started back in 2009. Jamal, how do you see this thing, see this whole Messi Barcelona thing ending up?
Like it always do, man. He's just trying to get a new deal. This is about the 3rd or the 4th time Messi did this. Guys, remember when the tax thing was coming?
Okay, so you think that this was based off money, it's not based on what he thinks that the state of the club is, that this is just about getting more cash?
Yeah, it's always about more cash. This is about the 4th time. He always, last year or the year before, he did use Manchester City. When Chelsea, they get their money, at first he did use Chelsea at all. This always happens, man. He just need, his contract is ending and he's won that paycheck. That's all. But are we going to talk about La Liga without talking about how Zardas make you look classy? Guys, can we please take a second to laugh at HH about his post-match analysis about Hazard being the best in the world at Real Madrid?
Hey, Jamal, this is not Jamal. He's under review. He's under review. We don't need to talk about Hazard. He's under review. He's thinking about things. I spoke to him last night. Just relax. Let's focus on what Messi Barca thing, please.
Yeah, so back to Messi. Messi's just trying to get his money, man. He's not gonna leave. He's never gonna leave Barcelona. He's Barcelona and Barcelona is him. So yeah, it's just about the money.
So Jamal, do you see any scenario where Messi reunites with Pep at Man City?
I don't want to see that because then they go win the league title for 5 seasons in a row. It could be a possibility. It's how desperate Pep is. If Pep really asks him and calls him personally and asks him if he want to try a new challenge, maybe he could. Maybe, who knows? Never say never. But the chances of that happening, I would say about 15%. Might
Okay.
won't happen.
San Maya,
Yeah.
Messi, Barcelona. How do you see this whole thing ending? Do you see him staying or do you see him leaving?
I doubt Messi will ever leave Barcelona. Barcelona is the perfect system for Messi. They played football for Messi. The team is all operated around Messi. He's basically the system. It's Barcelona is his comfort zone. He will not.
But what do you think about people saying? Because I'm seeing some people say this in the live chat that he's maybe too comfortable about Barcelona, that maybe he needs to go out to maybe prove himself and have another challenge, or you still believe that he doesn't want to challenge himself? He's happy in his comfort zone.
I think he's happy in his comfort zone. Like I doubt he will be appreciated and loved the way he is at other clubs. Unlike rather compared to Barcelona, staying at Barcelona. So if he doesn't go back to return to Argentina, I think he will just retire at Barcelona.
All right. Samuel.
The way I see this, I generally think that Messi is going to be a one club man. He's going to stay loyal to Barcelona. I don't really think he's going to move anywhere else. I think he's got it all good at Barcelona. He's obviously already a club legend. The way this club worships him like he's a god, I've got a problem in that myself. But anyways, he's a club legend, and I don't really think he's going to move anywhere else. As the other guy said, San Maya, I don't think he will be appreciated as much anywhere else as like he's in Barcelona. Also, you have to look at the wages that what is he on in Barcelona? His wages.
A lot. A lot.
400,000.
Exactly. Like which club? I know the transfer fee might be a little bit less, but like his wages will just bump that up. So, like I only think like PSG and Man City can really pay his wages really and truly. So I genuinely think he will just stay at Barcelona and just finish his career at Barcelona.
All right. LB.
Yeah, very similar to what the previous guys were saying. I think Messi will stay at Barcelona. And, I mean, how often have we come across, the story and, whether it's a story or an article in the news of Messi wanting to leave, or the possibility of Messi and Barcelona parting ways, because it's happened before. There have been discussions. It's never, as in, discussions, but obviously Messi hasn't left because he's still at Barcelona. But no, he's not going to leave. He's not going anywhere. Why would he want to leave a club in which he has all the power to decide who comes, who leaves, who starts, etc. So, yeah, he's not going anywhere, in my opinion.
All right. Rodney.
Yeah, sorry. I think like most people, I don't necessarily think he's going anywhere, but I think it would be interesting if he would. I think the most interesting move would be if he went to like Syria and played for either
Inter Milan.
Napoli or Inter Milan. I think that would be exciting because obviously that those Napoli because of like the whole Maradona narrative, but also Inter Milan because of the fact that that's the team that's pushing Juve for the title. Obviously not happening enough this season, and with like some of the signings they've made, I think apparently they're looking to get Emerson. There's also me coming in. I think it'd be like a really exciting kind of like rebuild under Conte, but I think most likely it won't happen. Just because, like people said, the finance is actually involved in that. I don't know what clubs would be able to afford it. Simple as that.
All right. Wilson.
Yeah, I wanna see. I would love for Messi to leave because we always say Messi is just a system player. Like if Messi were to go to like the Premier League and dominate, maybe we would see, or maybe we'd be like, oh, this guy is not really a system player. Like he doesn't need the Barcelona style of play to dominate. but I don't think he's gonna leave. If I see Messi leave, I would just go back to Argentina like Diego Maradona did and just retire there. But at the same time though, why is Messi doing all that? I don't think he wants money because the guy's already making 400,000. Well, how much money? How much money does he need? How much more money does he want? Like you're making almost $400,000.
Okay, so what do you think the issue is? Then if it's not money, what's the issue?
I think the issue is like you said earlier, like the media is saying, "Oh, Messi wants Barcelona Football Club. Every decision goes to him." Da 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 da. He he decide who he wants at the club, who gets to leave at the club. Like the Arthur situation, everybody's saying Messi is the reason why Messi wanted to Arthur to leave because they had a disagreement at the Copa America. So that's why I'm guessing Messi's tired of that toxicity. Maybe he wants to leave, but at the same time, though, why is Messi doing all that? Like, I would, if Messi was gonna say, wouldn't he just resign an extension for 2023? Why is he making this into a? Does he want us to be talking about him or something? Like, it doesn't make sense. If Messi does leave though, this would be seismic wave around the football world. Like, nobody ever thought this guy would leave Barcelona, but I still don't think he's gonna leave. I think he's just trolling us. If he does leave, congrats. I'm a buy a Messi shirt. I'm a definitely buy a Lionel Messi shirt if he leaves.
Okay. Ash, Messi. What do you think? Do you see Messi leaving Barcelona, or do you think that
Yeah,
he will stay?
yeah, bro. Thank you for joining the Hangout. I was actually requesting you to join the Hangout 30 or 1 hour ago. But it's okay, bro. I really like your channel. And I just wanted to request you. Can I be on Saturday Hangouts every Saturday?
Okay. All right.
You love
Plas-
Martinelli.
Yeah,
Okay.
plastic fan. Do you think Messi will stay, or do you think he will go? What do you think will go Messi?
I think Lionel Messi has reached a point in which he's just fed up with the club. He
Damn.
can't take this anymore. Years and years of bitter, disappointing Champions League exits to the hands of Roma and Liverpool. I mean, I get why he's frustrated, plus the Barcelona transfer board don't do him any favors by recruiting farmers like Pjanic. That guy's finished, man. Why Barcelona bought him, I have absolutely no clue, dude. Seriously. Um, Barcelona are really in a pickle right now.
Some say he's the best player in the world. Not me, not me, not. I swear to you, not me.
Whoa. Plastic fan. I
Relax.
think you have some background thing going on.
Some
Bro.
say he's the best player in the world. This is the
What
What the hell?
Okay, look. Red Devil, go for it.
anticipated debut.
Red Devil.
Ooh, yeah.
Messi.
Someone's playing this video of you speaking about someone being the best player in the world.
Yeah, no. I think it was plastic because I think there's just something wrong with his sound. So I thought his sound was confused.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. On Messi on this thing. I mean, my first instinct is, to be honest, is to agree with Jamal because, unfortunately, this narrative has happened, so many times, especially linking with Pep Guardiola and how they want together, etc., etc. And every time Barcelona is unrest, we think, okay, he's going to leave. But like LB, like I have said, um, it's comfortable. It's not just the fact that even he's got essentially a team that's built around him. But it's also that I mean, his family's there. They've lived there for goodness how many years. People underestimate, transitioning to a different country, learning a new language, resetting the family, etc., etc. Those are big sorts of things. So if you're going to make a sort of move, you want it to be a move that's sort of worthwhile and substantive. And I just can't see what I think is likely to happen is that you probably will agree in extent because I think his contract expires in 2021, and what will probably happen is that rather than a long-term one he decided in 2017 to 2021, so that's 4 or 5 years, it'll be a 2-year extension, for example, so to 2023, for example, just while he kind of sort of sees things, so that he still kind of has that sort of leeway that it's only 2 years, so I can kind of review. within a year, that type of sort of thing. So it's like he is committing, but he's not, 100% committing because there's still kind of that review option in place. And the reality at the end of the day is that, like, of course, if he doesn't sign with anyone, or he will leave as a free agent at the end of 2021, which I think from a Barcelona point of view is alarming. But to be honest, like, Barcelona aren't acting like they're really worried or concerned. You know what I mean? Like, if they were really concerned that Messi was going to leave their star asset, why aren't Barcelona appearing more worried, more concerned? Why aren't they doing X, Y, and Z? Like, they don't. They seem pretty chilled and pretty relaxed. So that tells me, that they're fairly confident that, like, he will basically sign for them. And I think that he will stay at Barcelona until potentially maybe he goes back to his boyhood club and plays for them. But I don't see him going, reuniting with Pep. The likelihood of that is quite small.
There's rumors say he's signing with his boyhood club. There's reports that are already saying that Messi signing with his old club this summer.
No. Those are all rumors. No, basically, look, my thing about this is it's very simple. If Messi leaves Barcelona and Barcelona are left with a dude called the side chick Griezmann, and they finished Cannibal, Barcelona are screwed.
No, they've got Puig. They've got Puig.
Oh, the Oos.
Puig is cool, but Puig looks like a literal twig. You cannot build a team around Puig. Shout out to Puig. The Oos is coming to Chelsea because the Oos has been disrespected. Can I land? Thank you. The Oos has been disrespected at Barcelona. You've not appreciated one of the best young players on the planet. And you guys talk about Greenwood, you can use right foot and left foot. Don't you dare in your life ever compare Greenwood to the talents of the Oos. Let me land. Talent-wise, the Oos is one of the most talented football players on this planet. So, as long as Barcelona get rid of him and Chelsea can get him, Chelsea will be looking good. But for Barca and for Messi, in my view, Messi will stay. I do not see a scenario where Messi will leave because Messi loves being comfortable. He loves being in his comfort zone and he loves staying there, man. Guys, it's been swell. It's been good. Sunday, straight after the game, we're going to be reviewing all the games, but specifically, it's going to be focused on Barcelona Villarreal. The game is at 9 p.m. 11 p.m., of course, BST is going to be the Sunday hangouts with all the other guys reviewing the game and so forth. Oh gosh, what did it say? It says Messi needs Pep as much as Pep needs Messi. Simple. True. But Messi isn't going to join Man City. It's not happening. If Messi joins Man City, then I know that Pep is a true loser. If that happens, guys, peace out. Stay true, stay real, and I'll see you guys Sunday after the Barca game. Peace. Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.